Here we go.
What's good, Facebook? How you doing, Instagram? How you doing, Twitter? And hold up, my YouTube subscribers. What's up? Welcome to the show. This is Clockwatch. I want y'all to know, please, all my fans on our fan pages, please smash that subscribe button, hit the like. We got some more things going on our YouTube page. We're building a whole community there as well. So see, I already y'all getting handsy already. I done told y'all already what we gonna do. So my name is Black Earth. I'm the owner of 2117 and one of the hosts one of the hosts here at Clockwatch. And we're gonna keep it moving because right now we got King Clips on the clock. What's up?
Going on, y'all? It's King Clips. I'm a family man doing a family damn thing. You can catch me in a group. You can catch me on this podcast. Thank you, everybody, for joining this week. We really appreciate you being a part of what we're trying to build here. But at that, I'm going to pass it off to Lady E. You are on the clock, girl.
Hey guys, Lady E, and I just want to thank everybody for joining us tonight and watching, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and join our group page. Be active in it. We love hearing your comments and your posts. It basically cracks me up all day. It makes my day. So I just really want to thank you guys for doing that and putting everybody in a positive mood. And yeah, thank you all for joining us.
All right.
And next up is Jackson. Oh, sorry, Chrissy.
Lady first.
Oh, you want me to go? All right. It's Chrissy here. Glad to be back again. Definitely enjoying this community here. Make sure if you enjoy what you see, you subscribe to our YouTube channel. You join our group here. You like, you share, you tell your friends, you tell your friends to tell their friends, and we just get it moving and get it along and grow in the community. I also wanted to get ahead and let everybody know that my organization with three other wonderful women that we are creating is Force for Life, FORCE, the number 4, LIFE.com. And pretty much that page is going to be to encourage and promote unity among the Black community through information, resources, and action-oriented steps to achieve our collective goal of equality. So make sure you check that out. It's going live tomorrow. And now I'm going to bring it to TJ.
What's up, y'all? It's TJ Spitter. I have a new AKA down by the group. They call me the Street Whisperer. I'm just happy to be here. Make sure y'all go like, subscribe, and join the group. Make sure you just destroy that subscribe button, man. We got a lot of followers so far. We're trying to get more, and we're trying to keep y'all entertained. Right now, we have a guest. She's on the clock. Introduce yourself, Crystal.
I think she's frozen.
Yeah.
We got a new guest.
Pass it off to Jackson then.
Jackson, you on the clock, baby. Go ahead.
I got you covered. What's good, everybody? It's your man Jackson, coming to you from Denver, Colorado. Host of Brothers and Bottles podcast. New episodes will be up sometime next week. And yeah, let's get the show started.
Yo, that sounds wonderful. Our new guest, I see, he's got a little stage fright. The camera don't want to act right. We good though. But I'll just introduce her. That's Crystal. Crystal's my homegirl. A lot of us, we know her back in high school. Shout out to Warren Hills alumni. We're doing it. But yeah, so she has a great I like her perspective on a lot of things. She's going to join us, and we're getting her feedback from it. So we're going to dive right into the first subject of this evening. First, I want to say, Dave. I don't want to mess up your last name. Aquando.
David.
That sounds like. Yo, he says hello. Word
What's
up.
up, Dave?
All right.
Hello, David.
Hey, Dave. Hey.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna hop right into it. So our first subject tonight is going to be one: can a broken person be fixed? And we're gonna run it down the line. We're gonna go right down the line this time, and then we'll mix up the next topic. Okay? So King Clips, you on the clock, buddy?
Hey, can a broken person be fixed? Wow. Broken as far as the relationship go, yeah, but I'm gonna throw in that person will most likely, be it male or female, take out that pain from being broken on so many people are going to suffer behind that. I say it needs to happen because it develops character. You know what I mean? It's all character. This is going back a few podcasts previous, but it needs to happen because it develops character. Now, that's just far as relationships go. If it's deeper than a relationship, as far as being broken, like a death, a homeless, certain situations, maybe you were sexually harassed or molested or being taken advantage of. There's certain factors or a lot of variables that can be involved to a person being broken. Um, if that is the case and you are feeling a little unhinged, then I would definitely, again, going back another podcast or two, go seek professional help for that. You know, because there's just certain things that you can't heal on your own, I would say. And that's not even like a question. I know I presented it as a question with the at the end, but a lot of people have underlying factors going on within their life that they just seem they cannot get back from in the end. So I would say go seek some professional help, get right. And then like they always say, it's not the fall, it's how you get back up. You know? So at that, I'm going to pass it to Jackson. How you feel about that?
All righty. Can a broken person be fixed? It all depends on the degree of the brokenness. Just like you said earlier, if it's emotional, that could take a lifetime. If it's just if they have a complex about something, you can talk it through with them, help them that way. It all depends on the degree. I've come to realize it's easier to find somebody that's not broken and you two could be whole together because two broken toys don't play well together. I promise. Now, how about we go to E?
All right. First of all, I want to say that I don't think there is any such thing as a broken person.
Go ahead, Lady E. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. So nobody is broken. They go through traumas or trials in life that want to test them. I mean, no one's life is easy. And if it is, it's like, where are you growing at in your life? And what experiences are you going to deal with throughout your life to build character and, make you, a better person overall. So, I think nobody is broken, but if you do have, problems and you've been through some things, I definitely suggest that you talk to somebody about that and maybe reach out to somebody, get some help. Even just a friend to talk to can do wonders for people. We also started our mentorship program in our group. And I just want to let everybody know that I am a mentor in the group. So if you ever need help or you ever need to talk to somebody about anything that you guys are dealing with, life experiences, traumas that's happened to you, anything at all, I'm there for you to give you advice and help you out. So just look up our mentorship program in our group. And I think that's about all I need to say to that. And thanks for putting my Cash App up there.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that or not. Yes, we like the kind that fold and not the one that jingle. Please make your donation. And moving on to the next one.
Maybe people... What?
So, all right, moving on. Are you finished there?
Yeah, I'm finished. That's
okay,
fine.
so moving on to the next one. I'm gonna step off the screen and bring Crystal in. Hold on.
Hey, Hector.
Hi, Hector.
Without the comments.
Hi.
That's my boy.
Thanks for watching, Hector.
Thanks for tuning in, Hector.
But his real name is Joey.
Joey!
That's what we called him as a little kid.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right. So who's Chrissy? You want to take this one?
Yeah, sure. So
Sure.
to kind of bounce off of what Lady E said, I don't think that there is a such thing as a broken person, right? I think that we have experiences that we go through. Everybody deals with them differently. It's all about perspective. I think the hardest part, right, is saying what defines, if we do say broken and use that term, what defines brokenness? Like who determines who's broken and who's not broken? Right? Like, how can one person tell another person, what if both of them are broke? Like, like I don't think that's a good. I think that again, we have experiences in life that we have to go through. I think that if you have people in your corner who love you and see that a continuous path, and like we talked about last week, we talked about how do you define, how can, or was it the week before, how can you define and self reflect enough to know that you have issues, right? So I think that once you're able to acknowledge that there are some issues within relationships, whether it's friendships, family, spouse, whatever the case may be, you're able to recognize that, acknowledge it, then seek help, whatever in whatever form it is, whether it's therapy, talking with the community, your church leaders, whoever it is, and then move forward from that. I think healing is always a possibility unless it's some severe mental health illness. So I don't believe people are broken. I think that we are all repairable. And, we become stronger when we break and we have to come back together and rebuild ourselves. We come back a stronger person because we've learned a couple of lessons in life. And that's my take on it.
All right.
Bravo. Bravo.
Thank you.
Hey, Crystal, you still frozen down there? No. Yeah, it looks like she's froze up again. Well, all right. TJ, I think you are next up to bat. What is your take on?
I, I agree with Lady E and Chris when I don't think anybody's really broken, but that posed another question to me, like, do we make it to adulthood without baggage? Right? Because to play off you, Chris, like, what do we have to compare it to? Like, we only live one life, so we only know our own experiences, right? So, like, I can say I'm broken, right? I can say I don't want to use the word broken. I'd much rather use the word damaged, right? And I'm repairable. You know what I mean? And like what Jackson said, right? Like, check this out. Like, two broke toys don't play together, right? If you have a dead car battery and you're trying to get it started and you have another dead car battery, that shit ain't gonna start your car, right? Two dead car batteries ain't gonna jump your shit. You know what I mean? But like, and not to put my religious views out there, but like, God has gotten me through everything that I thought I couldn't get through myself. You know what I mean? And like all the work that I've done. So I don't think two things. I don't think there's broken people. I think that there are damaged people, people that have suffered, whether it be abuse, physical, mental, verbal, emotional, and it's about how you take those cards that you were dealt and play them, and how you move forward and how you turn negative into positive, right? Like, everybody wants to call them roadblocks, and I'd much rather call them stepping stones.
Well,
That's
all
one way
right.
to look at it.
I just want to. How many of you have ever felt broken?
I have.
Okay.
I have.
All right. How about you, Christy? Have you ever felt broken?
I don't know so much broken as lost.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think that's just
Lost it.
titles at this point. Like, we're just going with a title.
Mm-hmm.
DJ, and that's one
Yeah.
thing I want to address here, because it seems like, for me at least, we're straying away from titles to describe something. We don't ever want to put a word on it. What was it? Daddy issues on our Father's Day special. Everybody was like, nah, we can't call it that. We can't call it that. Today it's broken.
Mm-hmm.
You can put that as synonymous with feeling defeated, lost.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you
Rock
look up
bottom.
and there's no, you feel like you're at the bottom of a well and there's no light. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing that's going to get you out of that. You're defeated. You're, for me, broken. Yes, I do have things that I feel like it breaks me. Like it's just like what the, don't know where it comes from, but all you know is that time will heal it if you let it take its place. If you don't allow it to make you unhinged, you know.
Hmm.
But I think it can
I
still
just
Yeah.
wanted
also
to touch
take you. I think it can still take you to either extreme,
on
right?
that.
I feel like you could either continue down that broken path, right? Because that's all you know and you feel hopeless and you don't see yourself climbing out of that rabbit hole. So you
Mhm.
just continue on with that same behavior that propelled you into that brokenness, or you realize that you're worth more, right? You're
Hmm.
worth more and you're worth the work and you're going to put the work and the effort in. And it's all individual. It
Mm.
really is.
Nah,
Yeah.
and
I
that's
think
I,
I think
yep.
that if people go through things in life and they constantly hear things from other people saying that, they're worthless, they're no good, they're this, they're that, and then they start thinking that and they start making decisions based off of what people are telling them how they are, instead of realizing within themselves, like, I'm not that person. I'm better than this. I'm going to be better than this. And a lot of people don't have like that support or that knowledge to know that you're better than what people are telling you that you are. So it takes a lot of like self love and reflection on yourself to realize like that those people don't matter. Like this is your life. You're the only person that matters in your life. Like you have to take care of you to be the best that you can be, and fuck what everybody else says.
Let me hop it on real quick. Um, can y'all hear me? Y'all see
Yes,
Yes.
me?
sir.
Y'all feel me? All right. This is how we about to go. I agree with you guys. Lady E, you make excellent points because I also don't believe that broken is a real term. I mean, I think it's, for lack of a better words, it's a misdiagnosis. And people use it as a word because they can't find the words to describe themselves as being hurt and all the trauma that's happened to them in their lives, that they just lump it over one thing and saying they're broken, which, anything broken can be fixed or mended. But we are people. It's all about growing and going life experiences. And if some people have a lot more than others, and some people go through a lot more and 9 times out of 10 at the end of that road is because they went through at an early age. They're prepared to deal with it later on in life if they let life happen. Some people fall off the track and try to take their own life and other avenues, but they know that sometimes there's beauty in the suffering, there's beauty in the struggle. You just have to take it all as a lesson. I know it's hard to say that on the outside coming in, but I've been there, man. I went from nothing to having everything that I wanted. Not everything. I mean, on the road to achieve my goals. I'm only the one that can stop me from getting where I want to be. And
That's right.
I learned that through that struggle. I was like, damn, this is the hardest times that I'm going through right now. I'm living on the damn beach. And what I mean? I'm in Tampa. I'm like, yo, I don't know how I'm gonna get through tomorrow. You know what I mean? I got the paper, but I ain't got enough paper to get my apartment. You know what I mean? So I've been there. Like, and you never think you're gonna be in a situation, especially coming from a family I came from. But when you want something for yourself and you want to do it on your own accord, you make sacrifices to get what you need.
Yep.
And that's not always what you want, but sometimes it's just what you need. You just gotta push through and make it to the other side of that.
So
So as a nurse, go ahead.
what
Go.
you're saying is to find another word to describe how you feel other than broken.
Well, no, I think broken doesn't exist. I think that's the lazy term that we give it, and not finding another word to replace it is not to
Also,
have
hit
that
song.
feeling. I mean, it
Yeah.
shouldn't be. It's not broken. It's basically, that's life. Really, you going through life. Your life is just harder at this moment in time. It's not about
Dealing with hurt feelings. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
I
Like,
think we can all agree that you can come out of that emotion.
absolutely. Check this
You know
out.
what I'm
Like,
saying?
I've seen a lot of times in human nature, right? We get stuck on that pity party train and feel bad for ourselves and want to play victim to ourselves, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
there's no self worth in that. There's no like listen, I have this little motto, like if you're feeling some sort of way, feel all that shit for 24 hours, experience it all, whether it's grief. And I'm not trying to put timelines on anything because everybody grieves and feels differently, right? But if you're feeling something, feel it and then start the moving on process. You know what I mean? And start working on yourself. Because if you get stuck there, that's what happens a lot of times. And how you said, mental illness and alcoholism and addiction and oh woe is me. Next thing you know, I'm drinking every day. Woe is me. Everything's coming full circle and I want to hang it up. You know what I mean? So like instead of playing the victim card, understand, like Black said, this is life on life term shit, right? Like I don't have Jackson's life. Jackson doesn't have my life. I can't say Jackson's better than me because he hasn't experienced anything or he has experienced more than me. And Jackson, I'm just using you as a point of reference because you're next to me.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
So I say as a nurse, right, as a registered nurse, the one thing that we always tell someone who goes into surgery, right, is that, wow, let's even just use the heart as an example. You go in for cardiac surgery, right?
Mm-hmm.
The heart is never going to be as good as it was once you go in for surgery. That integrity is not there. It's been broken, right? But we've repaired it. So while it's never the same that it was before, it's still working.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Right.
like when you look at it in kind of that format, it's like, well, we everything can be fixed, right? Every part of our body, our mind, brain, body. So like all of it can be fixed, as long as we have the right resources in place.
Good analogy.
Right. I agree.
Very good analogy.
Thank you.
Crystal, I
Yeah.
see
That's
you
why
are
I'm
in
on
the
here for
building.
something.
Can you hear us? Are
I
you good right
also
now, Crystal?
I,
Crystal.
Yeah, I can hear you
I
guys
also
now.
want to say that one thing that if I go through something at one time and I, like Spitter said, I feel it for a little bit, I get over it, I vent to somebody, and I move on with my life. But also, I always think like it could be so much worse than what it is. Like think about your blessings in that moment, and that will help you push through onto where you need to go forward with. Like I could be this or I could be that or it could be way worse than it is, and maybe I'm overreacting or whatever. You just go through it, you move on, feel it, and then just keep pushing.
Can I chime in just off of that real fast? Like that was the biggest eye opener for me, right? Like, because Chris knows and my family knows I got bum knees, right? I got a real bad degenerative bone disease in my knees, and like sometimes I get into a funk. I can't move right, and it hurts or whatever. One night, I was with a bunch of friends, and one of my buddies came, and I hadn't seen him in a while, and he lost both of his legs to diabetes from the knee down, right?
Wow.
So just like you said, right? Like no matter how bad you have it, you don't know what the next person's going through, and they could have it 10 times worse. Like, damn, my
Right.
knee's kind of messed up, but with physical therapy and stretching and my big old husky self losing some weight, they'll feel better. My man ain't got no knees and they'll never or no legs and they'll never be able to experience that again. You know what I mean? So it's about perspective and how you wear it.
Yeah.
So, Crystal, you with us right now?
Yes, can you guys hear me clear?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you loud and clear right now. You are good. You want to touch up on this topic right quick?
Can a broken person be fixed? I think everyone's capable of being fixed. I think long as you're open to allowing someone to love you, you'll be okay. Because most likely you're broken because somebody broke you down, and you have a lot of trust issues. But you have to be willing to open up and allow somebody to love on you and love on you the right way, and then you can be fixed.
Mm.
I like them answers.
Mm-hmm.
I like them answers right there. Really
Quick,
good.
fast, and in a hurry.
Absolutely, and to the point. I'm
And
definitely.
I also want to say something to that too, because I don't think that you need anybody to make you feel loved. I feel like love should come within, and you should love yourself first before you let somebody else come in and try to love you or fix you, because you have to fix yourself and love yourself before you let anybody else help you do anything, basically.
Right. Because once you learn to love yourself the right
That's
way, you'll understand what kind of love you want from somebody else and
Mm-hmm.
what
Exactly.
you're
Yeah.
going to accept and not accept as the right kind of love.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Can I
Do you
chime in a
get it?
little if y'all
We're
don't
here.
mind? Which I'm off of what you said.
Please.
That's true to a degree, but if it comes from your childhood too, because someone can break you down. Like we could say we could love ourselves within,
Mm.
but if
Ah,
someone breaks you down that much, sometimes they
But
do.
that's where,
It's easy to tell
Mm.
yeah, your audio's messing up right now,
within,
Chris.
but if
Freezing up.
someone
Yeah.
so
Yeah, you're
but
love
to
you,
what Crystal was
you
saying, it
start
comes, go
to
ahead.
not love you, love. You know what I mean?
Nah, because your audio was messed up right now. So I have no idea what you're trying to say. Eesh.
Damn, I want to hear
I think
her.
if I
Me
heard her
too.
right, if I heard her right, I think what she was trying to say is when you have that brokenness from childhood, then you don't know how to love yourself the right way because it was never
Mm.
taught from childhood. If I'm
Well, yeah,
understanding,
that's true. That's true. But
you know,
I
but
mean,
at the same
that
time, that's
also,
where help comes in. That's where you learn,
right?
you get that help. And this, and I'm a big proponent for therapy, social work, counseling. I'm a big proponent of it. Like I think it helps.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Nah, G.
I know you don't.
Yo,
Nah, G.
why don't we go to
Here
some
we
of
go.
these comments over here, Black?
The mad rapper back.
Yeah.
I see a lot of
A
my
lot of
people.
people, a lot of people kept commenting on the
I see all my
comments
people
right
on here.
now.
What's up, Kenny? What's up, Kenny? How you doing?
All right, go ahead and read them. If you see
All
them, read
right,
them.
cool.
What's up,
We
Facebook
got
user?
Hector. Your man Hector says your birthday is someone's best day.
Mhm.
Yep,
I don't know
that's
what that
true.
means, but we gonna rock with
Well,
it. You know what I mean?
You don't know
basically, let me
what it
catch
means?
up. So
I guess
basically,
that's
what
on
we're trying to say
hater.
is that your worst day is like, I mean, basically, your worst day and somebody else has a worse day. I mean, we always feed off negative energy. So sometimes when we're feeling down, we look at somebody that has it worse than us. Then we like, damn, well, my shit's fucked up, but it's not as bad as that person. And I think we, a lot of us find a little solace in that shit as well,
Mm-hmm.
which is not cool because we should help each other. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But it just sometimes that's just a natural resource. It makes you feel a little bit better about it. Um, Also, I think she's back. I want her to finish up. I'm gonna go slide back to Crystal. I want her to finish up on her what she was about to say. Okay. All right. I'm gonna move myself out. Give me a second.
Guys, can you see me?
Yeah, we good.
Yeah.
I'm better now.
You better now.
Yeah.
So I want to send a shout out to my son Pop Pop. He helped me get on his phone instead of mine.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's
Thank
go.
you.
Let's go.
So I want to say it's easy to say we got to love ourselves within. To me, that comes from a lot of childhood. If you're broken down, it could start from your family values or how you were raised. It kind of takes a moment to kind of get into loving yourself. And yes, we do have to love ourselves to be able to understand how to be loved and how to be able to appreciate when you get real love. But it is hard to say, hey, you gotta love yourself within if you haven't been taught how to love yourself. So
That's
that's
it.
a big process of coming through, through life. I got a lot of experience on that. And that
Right.
comes from a lot of different situations.
Mm.
But once you get there, you can really appreciate a lot of love.
Right.
I like that. I like the way
agree.
that's done. You talking about you speaking my
She
language.
got that strong internet connection now. You can hear
Yeah,
it
that's
Yes,
now.
what
you
I'm
I'm
speaking
ready.
saying.
loud and
Right.
clear.
Good.
You speaking my language. You know what
I
I'm
done made
saying?
it through, y'all.
Word, finally. All right. So anybody else want to touch up on that? Can a broken person be fixed or y'all want to
I
move
think the
on?
consensus
Yeah, yeah.
was that we can. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jackson.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many high school or college athletes do we have in the group?
Oh man.
High school or college athlete?
Oh,
Well, I mean,
okay.
Not me.
All right.
I mean,
No.
Okay, so our coach said something. Unless you're dead, you can always run the race. Okay,
absolutely.
so being broken or not, you are still running the race. Now, no, you may not come in first, but you can still finish it. Okay, so it's just like what Chris said earlier. Um, Being broken, you can always be repaired. You can always be fixed. You may not be 100, but guess what? 99.99 is close enough. Okay, you can still get the job done. You can still achieve what you need to. Okay, I've always considered it down, not out. I've never called myself broken. I've been down, but I've never been out of the race. I'll fix myself up and jump right back into it. Okay, and I jump right back into it with more of a aggression to do better, to prove that, hey, just because I was down, look how far I've gotten.
So Jackson, just for me, is there any internalization going on when you do that? When you on your comeback, is there any internalization going on at like as far as like okay. I just wanted to make that clear for everybody because a lot of people don't believe in a lot of people walk the earth, believe it or not, thinking that this shit doesn't stink. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no.
It depends on what I eat.
Go
It
from
depends on what I'm
relationship.
eating.
Word. But it goes from relationship to situation to whatever. And they're so jaded that they think they're right every fucking time. I've run into these people a lot, you know, and
I run away from them a lot.
Yeah. I just want you guys to touch up on that if you can, you know, like kind of self-reflection it takes for yourself to repair and move on, prepare yourself for the next situation, you know?
Yeah.
Whether it is like getting professional help or what.
Okay.
And I think some of it still kind of lingers too, going into the next, right? Like you can be repaired, but I think there's always still, you know, some residual, you know, yeah, that because it's going to change your perspective and how you see things. It's going to change how you make decisions and how you trust people and things like that. So it's always altering. There's always something altering.
All right. That's what we good? I'm gonna move on to that next.
2 seconds and then I'm done.
Got you.
Okay, now I can only reflect on me. I never got professional help, but when I was down, I used that as motivation to grind that much harder, to be that much better, to complete things at a higher level that I know I'm capable of. Okay, for some reason, other people have a tendency of looking at their situation as being the end of all. And you can't see it that way. You have to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Because if you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, your brokenness can never be repaired.
Yeah.
It's you're broken. It's not a terminal illness. You know what I mean? It's not a death sentence.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. Right.
Real fast, off topic, but I just want to send a huge shout out to Debbie and Bowden and Rose Sexton. They both watching right now, and they two of the strongest women that I know because they helped raise my badass at a very young age. So shout out to them.
Applaud them.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Big up.
Thank you guys for watching us.
Big up. King's gonna be back in a few minutes. I'm just gonna read up the next topic. So we're gonna move on, guys. I appreciate all the feedback from it. You guys had a powerful conversation. Like I said, please, if y'all need any help, you can always reach us. We got mentorship going on our fan page. I got a Lady E's a part of it there. Any one of us, you can reach out. Crystal's we talk privately. She wants to be a part of that. She wants to reach out also and be able to help people be affiliated. You know, Chrissy got some information for that ass. So
real fast, Black.
Come and prepare to be broken down before she rebuilds your ass back up to the masterpiece that you should be.
Real fast, Black. I'll be entering the mentorship program tomorrow. If anybody's out there and they're struggling with alcoholism or addiction, feel free to reach out to me. If I can't help you, I know somebody that can.
Bro, he needs help. He's already drinking while we're talking about it.
As I'm taking a sip, you want to say?
I didn't even. I promise you, I didn't even plan it like that. But listen,
I ain't got a problem.
You close.
Well, you know, the first step is admitting you have a problem.
Listen,
yeah.
My problem will never be solved because I'm not gonna admit that. So our next subject, guys, we're gonna roll in. Is marriage the ultimate form of commitment? And if so, how long should you wait till your mate to pop the question? Or when do you ask? Or on the other side of that, when do you ask the question? So I'm gonna lead off. No, I'm gonna start right here with let's go Crystal. Crystal, I want you to start here. We're gonna go to Jackson, to TJ, back up, and then my replacing me right now is gonna be King Clips. All right, let's go.
Okay,
Crystal.
okay, I'm ready. I do think it is the ultimate form of commitment in our day and age. it is highly appreciative because people are looking for that. That's what women want. Even men, that's like their settle down moment. I'm in my marriage. Now you feel like you got a family because that's your goal. You want a family. You want a wife. You want your kids. You want to be the best of who you are. And marriage makes you feel like you're the best of who you are. Now, just a little twerk to that. I feel like you have to be in a space to be able to communicate, to be able to accept love and be loving yourself. You know what I mean? Be able to give the same thing that you want somebody to give you. You got to be able to give that to somebody else. So it is the ultimate, but you got to be willing to just work with somebody. You got to give half of yourself to that person.
Preach.
Yeah.
Preach.
You ain't ready for that? You might want to stay
ready.
outside of that.
I'm ready. Preach.
It's work. I always say, and I just want to just touch on this a little bit. I always feel like marriage is the person who y'all been through just so much. I always say that when y'all got to marriage, y'all done been through so much that y'all both just came to a point where like, I'm tired of the shit. I'm just ready to just rock with you. That's all it is. I'm just ready to rock with you. I done fucked up here, done did this, done did that. I'm ready to put all that aside and just base it on this household here. I ain't gonna do nothing else but work on this household. And that's when things start to fall in place. Everything fall in place at that point. But you got to be able to deal with somebody that could get through the pain with you. To say, I'm ready to just let this all go.
Go ahead.
That's all it is.
Somebody got a collection plate. Can we collect the thighs real quick?
Man, I done been there. Yes, been there.
We'll pass the offering. Dad, who you want to touch? Matter of fact, it don't matter who I want. Who you want to touch up on that on that topic real quick? Like, who you passing it to, Chris?
I'm gonna pass it to Lady E.
All right.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't feel like it's the ultimate commitment. I'm gonna switch it up on everybody. I've been married before. I've been divorced before. I feel like, well, my marriage didn't work for several reasons, but I feel like I rushed into my marriage. But I don't feel like it's the ultimate form of commitment just because there's an option for divorce, first of all, and you can just easily get out of it if you wanted to. Yes, it is a commitment, but I don't think it's the ultimate commitment just because so many things could happen that you can still cheat. You can still basically do whatever the fuck you want. You can get a divorce. You can do all this stuff. So no, I think two people should get married when, like Crystal said, when they go through a lot of things together and they're like build something together and they're with each other for several years, then that's what both of you want. I feel like you should go for it. I'm not against marriage, but also I feel like you should be absolutely sure, 100% sure that that's what you want to do in your life, and there's no doubts at all. Don't get married for the wrong reasons, like money or stability or whatever. Like, get married because you can't picture your life without that person, like, for the rest of your life. So and that takes a lot of time and effort to get to know somebody to that level. So it should not be rushed, and I don't think there's any kind of time limit on it. I think it's whenever each person is ready at the time. So that's my take on it.
Okay, who you passing it to though? Who you passing it? We doing free roam right now.
Passing it to TJ Spitter.
The marriage professional.
Yeah.
You got
I know. No.
You
well, check this out, right?
Professional guy when it comes to marriage on this podcast, my brother. I need to take
need
some
you
advice
for this
from
one.
you, okay?
Because
check this out. Here you go.
Because of experience, right? Is marriage the ultimate form of commitment? And if so, how long would you wait for your mate to pop the question? And when do you ask it? Everything that I've experienced in my marriage it's just like being a father, right? It's very on the job training, but at the same time, I've taken the time to learn, to love, and to understand my wife. You know what I mean? Like, we were together for like shit, lots of years before we got married. Everything God had to play chess real quick and move some pieces and add some pieces. And, realistically, going right back to what Crystal said, like, I didn't know how to love myself for the longest time. So if I'm broken and I don't know how to love myself, how am I going to give 100% of myself to somebody else for this loving commitment? Right?
Exactly.
With that being said, I fell in love with my wife. I think we was in like the 3rd grade in the sandbox. No, I'm just playing. Because I didn't even know her like that then. But I could tell you this, right? And not every podcast is almost like I'm bigging up my wife like she's perfect, but she's goddamn close.
As you should, though. As you should.
She's close.
Oh my
But
God.
check this out. But check this out.
What's
But
up?
check this out, right? Like, she loved me and taught me how to love when I couldn't love myself. Right? She taught me what the ultimate commitment means, right? Because left up to my own devices, I would be a single man living by myself with moldy ass Chinese food all over my house. You know what I mean? Left up to my own devices, I'm a hot mess. I would have PS5s and no electricity to run the bitch. You know what I mean? So it's really like Lady E said, it's not about who I can live with, it's about who I can't live without, right? Like, but then there's the other hit, right? I'm not getting married 12 times. It's a one and done deal. There ain't no divorce. We ain't talking.
Judging? Go ahead.
No, that's not judging at all. That's just me. That's just me, right? Because just like I can work on myself because I was broken, I believe relationships can be worked on. Some relationships can't. Chrissy, I know. Some relationships can't. And some people are not meant to be together at that level of commitment. You know what I mean? If you want to just be fucking around, and I'm not talking about y'all, if y'all just want to be fucking around and catching booty calls when the club's at, and then, you know what I mean, and you just want to have flings, that's great, right? But children, because of that, should not lead to a marriage.
Yo,
You know what I mean?
Yo.
People want to intertwine feelings. People want to intertwine.
I'm feeling attacked. I'm feeling
No,
attacked.
don't feel attacked. This is not an attack on anybody, right?
Everybody.
I just want to let you know that. I just want to let you. I feel attacked. Jackson, you come back in.
I think, unfortunately, marriage being the ultimate commitment, people get married under false pretenses and for the wrong reasons a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, it sounds like a good idea until it's time to put in that work, right?
Yeah.
I don't know any other female that's going to wash my socks. What you talking about?
And my boxes.
Everybody got to relax. It was a very heavy baby powder day. Everybody got to relax.
Yeah. Hey, yo. You still ain't answer the question, though.
Go ahead. I've been beating around the bush.
I love how you love your wife. Don't get me wrong, my brother.
Absolutely.
You are the professional when it comes here. As far
Absolutely.
as
I also know she will kill me. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, you gotta take it easy, Jackie. Word up, like. When is it the right time to pop the question though?
I know I couldn't answer that for you. I couldn't answer the right time. I think that's a case by case basis, right? Like,
what was the right time for you? When did you feel like, yo, it's now and now?
We went to New York City. We went to Rockefeller Center. We got lost on the way home, and I was fucking livid because all I needed was some damn directions, and that shit wasn't happening. And, listen, man, God just shows up when I don't do shit right myself. Let me tell you like that.
Okay.
I think Jackie knew she was going to marry me like 12 days into the relationship. So at like year 5, when I proposed to her, she already seen it coming. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't just going to propose to somebody for them to say no. I got a gigantic ass ego. Fuck you talking about? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's a case by case basis, right? It could be
Yeah.
we on a hike and the river's looking nice and the sun is shining. It could be whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not the next person. I just know what's right for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just know what's right for me.
Yeah. All right, who you passing it to, CJ?
I'm passing it to you, King Clips, because you married too.
Nah, you listen. I'm passing it right to Jackson. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to catch up with me later.
Yo, you gonna boomerang sport it like that?
Because listen, dude, you just went on for 15 minutes and counting.
Yo, that's your fault.
I gotta think
that's your fault because y'all say I play it safe and I don't say enough, and here we are.
We didn't say that. Somebody else said that.
I passed it to Jackson. All right, Jackson.
All right.
Let's pass it to Jackson then.
Okay, so first and foremost, marriage is not the ultimate commitment, not by a long shot. I know people who have been together 30 plus years and are not married, and they are the most loyal people I've ever met. Okay, marriage is just a title, it's a piece of paper. The commitment to that individual goes a whole lot deeper than the law saying, hey, this is your significant other. Okay. So the way I look at it, honestly, I've been married once. It's like it's nothing more than a piece of paper. I find that one that is there for me 100%. I will show her my commitment by being there 110% for her. I love it. I don't need a piece of paper to say, hey, this is my significant other, and only by law are we married. No, this is my mate, and I'm going to show her she's my mate for life until she's not, unfortunately. Okay. Now, is there a right time to propose? No, because you're putting a time limit on that. Okay. It's like, okay, well, we've been in our relationship for 2 years and he hasn't proposed. It's like, okay, he hasn't proposed. How do you know he's not going to do it 2 years, 3 months from now? Or on your birthday, or on a significant day that you've always wanted. Women always have a tendency of putting time limits on things. Okay, well, I'm not going to sleep with them until this time. I'm not going to, how come he hasn't asked me to marry him on this time? Oh, I'm going to wait till this time to do this time to do that. No, there is no right time. If you're going to ask that person to marry you, it will come in time, period. You put a time limit on it, that means you're limiting the relationship.
Jackson, you ain't got all the answers. You ain't got all the answers.
I don't.
You got all the answers. Okay. Well, you ain't got the answers.
He's speaking the truth right now. I totally am with you, Jackson. Keep speaking your truth. Don't listen to him. He's whatever. He's just hating on you. Don't
always. I got broad shoulders. I can carry it.
Can I say something real quick?
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. What was that?
I got broad shoulders. I can carry it.
I'm hating. Listen.
Yeah, you are.
Hold up. Let me interrupt you real quick, Jackson. You go back into your point. I apologize. I got a time limit on shit. In 3 years, it ain't popping. It's a wrap. I'm on to the next, like Jay-Z. Because after 3 years, here's the problem with a lot of marriages. People together for so long. By the time they get married, what you getting married for? Like, there's no point in getting married.
You just proved my point.
Yeah. So if you're gonna go there for 10 years before you get married, what's the fucking point?
But the point is,
the point, blah 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 blah.
I got you, Black. I'm sitting patiently for my turn.
No, I'll let you go. I'm gonna hop back out, but I'm saying that's like all right. So that's like you have the app for a stock, right? But you watching the stock go up and down, but you don't invest any money into that motherfucking stock. So you don't watch that shit go up and down, but you got no chips in the game. So
hello. I'm sorry. Phones for you for the worst analogy ever. Okay? that was garbage. Oh my god, that was awful.
Yo, Jackson got stomach cramps.
Y'all feeling extra tonight. I'm gonna hop back in because I'm gonna let Clip take on. Come on.
Real fast, can I just really quick? Jackson, I agree with you with the marriage being a piece of paper because I think it's a real law thing. Me and my wife got married because, and not to put my beliefs out there, but that's what God wanted for us, right?
Fair enough. Yeah.
And I had that real good health insurance that my kids need to be on, and the marriage
Well,
piece.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, my mom and Hip was together for fucking almost 40 years, and they wasn't married. They was living a good life. Shit.
Exactly, because they already knew.
Yeah.
So hold on. At
Right.
this time, I'm gonna pass it up to Chrissy. She's been patient. She wants to chime in.
I did not jump in on anybody's conversation. I've been a good girl today. See, I had my
You've been
pills this
good.
morning.
Yeah, you see me over here telling right with you.
That's
So,
unlike favoritism, but I ain't gonna speak on that. I'm gonna sip my tea.
Hmm.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I
Here we
don't think
go.
that's tea, but here we go.
so do I think that marriage is the ultimate commitment? Absolutely not. I believe that someone who's going to stand by you 100% of the time, love you unconditionally, and I mean unconditionally. So if you could put a but, I'll love you, but that's not unconditionally, right? Someone who's going to rock with you when you down, when you up, when you high, when you low, when you good, when you bad, when you sick. That's ultimate commitment, right? That is the marriage is just a piece of paper. Although I don't think I'm not knocking marriage because there are benefits to it, whether it's the tax write-off or let's say that for like if one party is work. Look at that. That is nasty. You- one party is financially sound and the
Pardon
other
me,
one
I'm
is a
sorry.
stay at home. It's okay. And the other one's a stay at home, right? Let's say that your partner passes away. You don't have any rights to any of those assets. You don't have any rights to anything y'all built together if they have a next of kin. Okay. And then it's now in probate court. Uh, Jackson, I know you got your finger up. Just give me a second. But there are benefits, right, to having a marriage. So while I don't think it's an ultimate
Fact.
commitment, I do believe that there are benefits to being married, right? Now, as far as the question of when do you ask and what's the time limit, I think there is a time limit, and I'll tell
Thank
you
you.
why.
Come on
Okay,
in.
there is you have to look at your age and your status and your station in life, right? So where are you in life? Are you 20 years old with someone and then wanting a time? That's different. I'm talking about 40 and over, right? You're now almost
Mm.
into your second marriage, right? Third, fourth, fifth, whatever, if you're Liz Taylor, whoever the hell, right? Whatever the case may be. I think that if you both agreed that a commitment is something that you want, I feel like after a year or two, you should know whether the commitment is with that person or not. You're older. You've experienced things in life. You established things in your life. And I think at that point, that's when that time frame comes in. I think when you're younger, you have to learn a little bit more. You have to experience a little bit more. I, having been married and divorced, not once, but twice,
Go ahead, share
um,
that shit.
not once but twice. I feel like now you made me lost my train of thought. Thanks, TJ. See, but but that you need to know what you want going into it. There shouldn't be no time for bullshit. You
Mm.
know, it's either this or it's not this. And I'm not saying that everybody that is going into it wants to go into it after leaving two marriages to go into a third or a fourth or a fifth or whatever the case may be. But I don't even think anybody should get married until they're in their 30s or 40s. I think anything under 35 is too young to be getting married.
That's
Um,
why we waited so long.
you know,
That's
I
what
think
my
there's
grandma
just
always said.
yeah. Well, see, your grandma was a smart woman. So,
Mm.
you know, so that's my take on it. Marriage is not an ultimate commitment. How you behave towards the person, the affection, the love, and the commitment you give that person is the ultimate commitment. I don't knock marriage. I do believe there is something to being married. And I think at a certain point in your life and a certain station in your life, that there is a time frame that you put on it. And that's my take.
That's a
Literally.
that's a great take, Chris. Thank you.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
okay,
Thank you.
Chris.
Yes.
Two things. One, okay, haven't you always wondered why there was legally married and then common law married?
There's no such thing
Okay.
as common law, but
No,
okay.
well, no,
Yeah.
there,
There is.
there, there
There
is.
is.
I mean, in my mind, there isn't.
Oh, okay,
You're
well,
either married or you're not.
okay, so it's common law has benefits, not as many as legal marriage, but
And
if
certain
that person
states, not every
passed,
state. Not every
True,
state.
true. But common law is still throughout every state, just in different degrees. That's the first thing. Second thing is like, if you don't believe that marriage is the ultimate commitment, why should there be a limit on when they ask you to marry you? That's an oxymoron.
So here's my thing. I don't think marriage is the ultimate commitment, but I think that if
No.
marriage is something that you want as an individual at a certain station in your life, there is a time frame. I'm not saying that's for me individually. I'm saying that if you're a person who wants to have a marriage, then at a certain station in your life, there needs to be a time limit because that should have go on forever. And then you're 80 years old and like, oh well.
Okay.
Sound like you skip it. It sounds like you sidestepping the conversation. I just want to say that out there.
Who, me?
Yeah, I just want to
Kinda.
say.
That I'm sidestepping?
Kinda, yeah. Kinda.
Yo,
I
Big
was
Daddy
just-
Kane wrote a song.
listen,
Big Daddy
I
Kane wrote a
answered the
song.
question.
Ain't no
Y'all
half
asked me
stepping.
questions. Y'all asked me questions. I answered the question.
Big Daddy
I
Kane
didn't
said, "Ain't no
say
half
that it
stepping."
pertains to me individually. I go back to the back.
See,
Back.
now you over talking me. Big Daddy Kane said, "Ain't no half stepping," and that's all I gotta say.
I ain't Big Daddy Kane.
Lady E,
All right. It's on
I
me.
think it's
guess,
on
now,
you,
huh?
pal. Yeah,
It's on me?
yeah, Mr. King Clips.
I think we
All
need
right.
to. Can we go to the comments real quick? Because I feel like someone
Sure.
is getting ignored.
Yeah, Hector
Joey,
need attention.
Joey,
Is
Joey.
wow busy
He
right now.
needs
He's doing the
attention.
utmost in the comments if you want to touch on those. He's got like 30. So
Joey.
Matt, pick your favorite ones and go right on in, and then I'll touch up on this. And then
He thinks we're ignoring him because he's Puerto Rican. That is
Come
not.
on,
oh my
Pal. You know
God,
that's
no,
not
we can't get
true.
into every comment. Like, yeah, just go. You know what I'm saying? There you go, Hector. Shout outs to you, buddy. You're mad at me.
Hector, you've reached your segment in the show, so go ahead, pal.
Yeah, God. He wants to be on the
Thanks,
show. I
Hector.
saw that. He totally disagrees with Black, no doubt. And he's an atheist. Don't believe in that.
Kenny
Alright.
said marriage is a business. Kenny
Kenny?
said that.
That's my
Yep.
that's my boy too. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I agree.
Oh, wait
It
a
is
minute,
business.
Kenny. If it's just a business, I don't see you in business. Your doors are closed, right? Mm-hmm. Common law, right? That's where you at, Kenny?
No,
Yeah,
yo,
I'm
you gonna
telling
do
you
that? You gonna do that, Christy?
That shit
Yeah.
sounded so wild.
Christy, yo, you shout out for that. Wow. Okay.
Please love me.
I like Hector, yo. I like
Hector
him.
is out here. He is
He's
out
out here. Hector is wild in these streets.
here.
I love
he is
it.
out here.
Oh my
You know what I'm
God.
saying? Yo, check though. Is marriage the ultimate form of commitment? My answer is going to be yes. Absolutely. Because if not, why am I doing it? You know what I'm saying? There's no
Only you
reason for
can
me
answer
to
that.
marry you unless I want to be with you forever.
And
He
ever,
better-
ever?
He better have said that statement.
Forever.
Yeah.
There is no let me should I bring it back, Black? There's no reason for me to marry you unless I want to be with you forever. Now, that being said, there
Those are
is no
facts.
time limit. There is no time limit. Whenever you two feel like I want to be ready. Honestly, me and my marriage, I took too long. I took a mad years. You know what I'm saying? I
Me
took
too.
a long fucking time until finally
Gotta make you a shit.
it dawned on me, hey, listen, you have the opportunity to make this woman a respectable woman in the eyes of everybody around. Why don't you do it? And I have seen nothing but blessings ever since. You know what I'm saying?
Trying
Like,
to tell you,
any marriage and any
boop.
relationship has its ups and downs. Absolutely. That's why I was like, praise, because you were speaking the truth there. You know what I'm saying? And I hear you, yo, because a lot of people on here are single and they've been through marriages and it didn't work out for you. And I do apologize. That's fucked up. And there is no right or wrong answer to this. I wanna let y'all know that right now. Like,
Hold on. So, King,
what's up?
let everybody know your cash app because obviously you getting paid to say this shit. So,
No.
Don't do my boy. Don't do him like that.
He's trying to play me. Hey, yo, this is off the cuff right now. You know what I'm saying? This is dead off the cuff, and this is how I feel.
Exactly.
Now we gonna get into the next question. How about that?
Real quick, Charles.
What's up?
Since I appreciate your honesty, and I almost thought you was gonna play it safe, but I know you genuinely love and respect and care for your wife. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
that's what
got
it's
to.
about.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, man. I mean, my thing is, man, I'm not here for the fuckery. If my marriage for some crazy reason doesn't work out, I'm not fucking doing this again.
Not never ever again.
I'm sorry. I don't care what y'all
Really?
say. No, no,
I said
no.
the same thing.
I'm not doing it
I
again.
said the
I'm
same
gonna
thing.
be. Listen. I'm going to be that single person. If I find someone I want to be with, then we're just gonna be with each other. I'm not doing marriage again because the stats on marriage after the first time, if it doesn't work out, are horrible. Chances are, if you've had a divorce, you're gonna get plenty more down the line, and you will never find the one for you. So why even fucking do it? Why do it?
Bro,
You
the
know what I'm
numbers
saying?
and percentages. You gotta get married a couple times before you get the right ones, huh? That's why
Thank
they
you,
say
Black.
first times is the charm,
That's
bro.
not true for me. I'm dead on it.
You don't know
I'm
that.
dead
You,
on it.
so you get the averages. Yo,
Listen, I
women
said
lie,
that
men lie,
there is
numbers
not
don't lie.
Numbers
a
don't.
right or wrong answer. There is not a right or wrong answer, but in my eyes, I'm not. If my relationship, my marriage, for some fucking reason doesn't work out, I'm not doing this shit again. I belong to the streets. After that, I'm going to belong to the streets. You know what I'm saying? But if we
See,
work out forever, then
that's
it's one. There's no right or wrong,
that's
Erica.
exactly what.
There's no right or wrong to this. Like that's how you personally feel in your marriage that didn't work out with Sue, and how Chrissy feels in her situation. You cannot attribute that to me because we haven't had the same experience. You know what I'm saying?
But
All
I'm
right.
not
Exactly.
jaded. I'm not jaded by however the marriages turned out. I'm definitely not jaded.
Mark.
She's got
Because
experience.
right. And it's just you just learn how to do the next one better.
Yep. And hold up.
At
For
that point, it just
a
becomes a
nominal fee,
relationship, all right? Or
yo,
not?
King, hold up. For a nominal fee, Chrissy will help you get those papers right when you want to get that divorce because she's been through it before, and she'll help you get them right, put the right name and right heading and all that shit, so
That's
you can
right.
get so you can get all everything that's owed to you. But
Yep.
but we're
I'm
gonna go
mad.
move on to the
I'm
next subject.
mad.
Listen, I love you too. But we're gonna go to the next subject right now, and then bring TJ back on. So let's talk about it. I know some of y'all is gonna take a while. So you need to think about this.
No, that was just that quick.
Hold on. So looking back, was your first sexual experience everything you thought it was? And do you remember who they were? Ain't that some shit? We're gonna listen. I know who's gonna be juicy right here. So I'm gonna start with somebody gonna give us some PC ass answer. Mr. Clips, come on in.
What up? you said I'm gonna give a PC ass. Hey, yo, man, what's going on with you tonight, Black? Hey, yo, Lavender. Hey, yo, Lavender, what's up with you, man? Like you
Hold up,
supposed
B.
to be people
B,
talking about
I
giving
didn't
PC
do it.
answers. What's good, man?
I know how this is gonna roll. So I'm gonna start with you, then we're gonna get juicy as we go. So I'm gonna bring TJ back on. So that's another PC answer. Let's see if he go hard tonight. I want fast. All right, let's go.
First sexual experience, like your first time, correct? Okay. It was black. You know what I'm saying? That shit was trash. Damn. And come to find out, she belonged to the streets. After like,
Tell us more.
no, man, like I was at a party. I was dumb young. You know what I'm saying? Like I probably shouldn't be
How old
doing
were you?
anything like that, but I did. And a week later, my man ran up in it, and that was my first encounter. Yeah, he's not my man
How old were
anymore.
you?
I'm just saying, I learned a real good lesson that week. Like that shit was crazy.
So were you tight?
Of course. I was
You had
but
your feelings in it?
17 years old. Like that was terrible. I was like, oh my God, I got that happen to me. But it was whack though. You know what I'm saying? Like in hindsight, like that was probably the worst sex I've ever had in my life. Like real talk. But
I mean, no.
you're a
Listen,
kid. You're a kid and you don't know any better. So
I'm not talking about like now looking back is and see like was the best sex in your life. I mean, like when after that first time you went through that process, you like, oh shit, yo.
I wasn't a virgin anymore, and I had girls in high school looking at me different because apparently this girl went and told all of her friends. So that week, when I went to school that Monday, I had like all of the older chicks looking real hungry.
Lord Jesus.
Looking at Chuck like he a
They
whole
was looking
snack.
at me, they was looking at me like a meal, and I didn't understand it. I was like, yeah, what is this? And like I said, a week later, another party happens, and she gave one of my peoples the pudding. So he ate the pudding, and I was really upset.
The
You know what
pudding.
I mean? The pudding. Like, no, nah, just eat the pudding. Then I nigga ate the pudding, man. That was terrible. But like, man, that happens. In hindsight, I'm just like, whatever.
All right, so
Wow.
I think I'm gonna get something interesting from this. So I'm gonna go to now listen. Yeah, TJ, I see you looking at me, bro. TJ, we're gonna roll we're gonna roll to you. Talk to us.
Dead fish status, man. That shit was all the way whack.
I mean, dead fish, you mean it smell like dead fish? Are you talking about that scene movie? Like
Nah, cause fish jump around. Fish jump around when they out of the water, right?
okay.
But like, nah, this motherfucker was just dead, just dead. But like, if I'm being real honest, like, what do I have to compare it to? I lasted about 17 seconds, so I'm sure it was equally as bad. You know what I mean? I was like, go, gadget, dick, and then the next thing you know, Popeye ran out of his spinach and olive oil was asleep.
So y'all, if that was on you or her, like
Both. It was a collective suck agreement. The shit was trash. The shit was trash can juice collectively.
So you
Like
did not
the juice
represent.
at the back. The juice at the bottom of the trash can when it's garbage day. Yeah, it was
that's
that.
the worst. That's the worst.
Yeah,
That shit that
that
leak
God damn.
that is the worst. That was a great analogy. That was a great punchline.
Good.
Let's bring up the let's hold up. Chrissy looks like she got a good ass story. So she's sitting there patiently telling her story. So Lady E, I don't even know. I want to go to you, but I don't know what I'm about to expect. What I'm going to get from this situation. I'm gonna go to Lady E, and then I'm going to Jackson because you look like a player from the Himalayas. So I'm gonna listen, bro. You come from a time when the light skin was in. You know how y'all did back in the day.
Ooh, was they?
With the Stacey Adams and shit, nigga. You know how y'all got down.
With the John B.
Yeah.
No. Before that, I'll be sure. It was like,
he said,
how I feel about.
That was hard times because Bobby Brown was rocking back then.
No, but Bobby, no. I'll be
Williams,
sure. No, his numbers. I could call up 10 people right now and say, "Oh, I'll be sure to tell you." Listen, I'll tell you right now how they acted over. I'll be sure. But Lady E, you got the floor. Tell us some ratchetness. And
I don't think that's a word, but go ahead.
Yeah. Ecclesia 10.9. So look, how
Okay. So are we talking about like
your first time?
I mean, intercourse or like messing around and doing other things?
I'm talking about clapping those cheeks.
Hold up. Time out. What did you do before you had sex? What?
Out on the regular.
You grinded in some jeans and created fire. That's about it.
No.
She was a salad maker.
That dry humping and he.
No.
Okay, so my first.
You talking about your mouth was in service then? Oh, hold on.
What?
Well, let's talk about it. The floor is yours, Lady.
I was not ready, but go ahead. God,
I feel like she's gonna be way more saucier than me, so you should have went the bland right here first.
ALB, the God sees everything. I picked up on that man early. I went.
Hey, do you need some time to collect?
What?
No, I'm just waiting to talk.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'll mute I'll mute everybody. Go ahead and speak.
So my first sexual experience was actually at my middle school. So it was in the bathroom at my middle school, and I was experimenting in between classes.
about higher learning.
But that was the first time I experienced, anything
Yo, put a
sexually.
cash app up. You like it?
Oh,
But
you
my
right.
first like
For the right price,
sexual intercourse, it was actually, I don't even want to say it because
No. Hold on. Because
He
you said
froze?
that
Did
was
he
after
freeze
that.
right there?
I thought that you were talking about went down in the first. Hold up. What happened to that bathroom in the middle school? Take us back. Paint the picture.
No, hold on. No,
She had a mouthful.
No.
Thank you, King. Thank you. We all got that. Obviously, I have a mouthful. Okay. But anyways, I was experimenting and I was curious. I was a very promiscuous, curious child. Okay.
How old young?
And I wanted to experience a bunch of things all at one time. Just saying. But but my first experience, I remember it sucked really bad, and I think guys back then didn't even care about pleasing a woman at all, so they were all about you know getting themselves off, and of course it's gonna be awful because you're like, is that it? Like that's what it's supposed to feel like? And they're like, that, like, what is the hype about this? Like everyone was so like, oh, we have to do it. It feels so good. It feels like this, blah, blah, blah. And then you do it and it's like, that's it. Like you feel so disappointed and you're like, then you keep searching for like that great, thing that to happen, like this amazing, mind-blowing thing to happen. So you're like constantly looking for it after you get that little taste of what it could be, So
Get a taste of how it could be.
Her sexual innuendo game through this description is wild. But go ahead. I digress.
So I was 17 when I first had sex. I was a late bloomer, but I was, in 7th grade when I first started experiencing stuff. So, I don't know. It pretty much sucked until I discovered that older men know exactly what they're doing. So that's what I went for.
Wow. Hold on. Before you go any further there, we're hosting a private podcast and on fan only page. Please direct all the money to the cash up at the bottom of the screen. And we can get a topic for y'all. Just let you know. Grown people shit. Moving on.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Hold on. Wait, hold on. Okay, at the end of your story, you got more. We all family here. Crystal, I see you, baby. We're gonna go right to you in a second. But we all family here. Is there more that you want to unleash today? I mean, what else?
I got one question for
you.
Okay. How old was the older man when you were 17?
Oh, she about 20 years older. Come on, sugar daddy know what
That's
he was
a
doing.
whole nother conversation for a whole nother podcast because
next Sunday's topic.
I think
daddies in the hood.
Let me word it. I think this is a topic for Tuesday though.
No, so when I was 17, he was a couple years older than me. So he was like 19.
Oh, he wasn't 37?
But after the first time, that's when I was like, I need something better. So that's when I was like, I think I turned 18 and then
55.
The guy was like 32.
That was my son's father. I'm 18, he was 32.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, hold on. That's a trauma episode. We're talk about that on another episode.
But that story is like so hot and sexy, but I don't even want to say it right now because
hold on. We want to come all the way in, and I'm gonna bring Crystal on to guide you as well, so she can help y'all with this. I'll be back, guys.
Y'all are gonna be disappointed in my story.
Go ahead.
So, okay, I don't know if my family is watching right now, but I'm sorry if you guys are. But so when I turned 18, I was still going to high school. Our high school was actually under construction on my senior year of high school. So we had a bunch of construction workers walking around our high school. And one of them was like hitting on me mad hard. And I was very attracted to this person. And yeah, he knew all the little secret hideouts of our high school, and that's exactly what I went to go do. So that was my first experience with an older man who I was actually like, oh, this is how sex is supposed to feel like. Okay,
I
got
don't
it.
think that counts though. You said he was only a couple years older. Like,
No,
that's not really older.
my first time was a couple years older. This is after my first time.
How many years was this guy again?
He was
Geriatric?
32 and I was 18.
You said
Wow.
geriatric.
That's borderline.
See?
Hold up.
But anyways,
I'm
I
sorry
have a
about
lot
that,
of
Mr. King Clip.
stories.
Then
I have a
hold
lot
up.
of stories.
You mean
We're not going to talk about all this.
What's his name? R. Kelly?
Lord Jesus.
You know what? Come to think of it, he kind of looks like him. You know?
He was from the Chocolate Factory. He's part of the crew. Okay. Let me tell you this. And the funny thing, not the funny, but the crazy thing is, hold on, Everett. So what I'm gonna say to you is that a lot of women dated older men in high school doing that same nasty shit that R. Kelly was doing. Do you see that? That was a trend.
True.
That is the shit that in our community, that's what's going all the time. In high school, they
And
get
we
do
thought
the
we was
trend.
okay
But hold
with it. We
on.
just felt like older guys was attracted to us.
No, so here's the thing for me. Here's the thing for me. I was 18 and my son's father was 32. I was already a mother. I was a mother at 15 years old. So by the time I was 18, I wasn't 18. I was like 30. I was working. I was in college. I was taking care. So if you would have met me at 18, you would have never even understood the whole mentality. So I was looking for older because, like, let's think about this. I was 18. Hold on. I was 18. I was a mother. I couldn't deal with another 18-year-old. He didn't understand what it was. He wanted $20 to go to a club. I wanted $20 to buy a case of Pampers.
No. I feel you.
So the whole mindset.
I'm not diminishing you at all.
Yeah.
But to put this in perspective, that's how all the women that were R. Kelly felt. They needed an older man that would relate to them.
Yeah.
So I mean,
just not me. I just clearly taking me out the equation.
All right. So
but yes, I was very mature for my age too.
Yeah, you
as
though.
you were, Chrissy, because I did not like any of the guys at my high school. They were all very immature and childish, and I just couldn't deal with that. Like I was on like another level. Yeah. So I didn't even want to. Like I didn't even want to like date anybody from my high school. I was over them. So I get what you're saying. Yeah. And my daughter's father. So my daughter's father, I met him when I was 18 and he was 32. So we were 15 years older, or he was 15 years older. Yeah. So.
Yeah. All right, who you want to pass it to, Erika? That was interesting.
I'm gonna get in Jackson right now, okay? Yeah. I'm gonna let y'all like get that in, think that in your head.
Yeah.
I had fun when I was younger, okay? I experienced life, and there is nothing wrong with experiencing life and finding out what you like and what you're into. So that's
nobody here on the panel is shaming you.
Listen,
by any means.
We're just gonna coin my term: sexual progression. That's it.
Right.
What we say that mean, Erika, Chrissy?
That I like dick.
Exactly.
Did you just see her eyes when she said that? I've taken my headphones out 3 different times during this podcast. It's just for me.
All right, Jackson. The floor is yours, brother.
Okay, the floor is mine. My story is not as great as Lady E's, but my pops was a coach of a girls' basketball team in Omaha, Nebraska, called the Mean Green Machine. I was 12 years old. These girls were from 14 to 17. Okay.
That's another issue, but
lo and behold,
Yeah.
old girl. Oh, so my dad and one of the girls' dads were close, like smoking buddies. So I went over their place. They're like, "Hey, kids, go upstairs." Well, hell, it's just me and her. Lo and behold, it was like, "Hey, touch me here, touch me there. What does this do?" Next thing you know,
Touch me, tease me.
But,
Wow.
but how was the
At
experience?
12 years old, though.
no, hold on. So I was so inexperienced. Okay, at 12 years old, you have no clue what real sex is about. Okay, so it's like I know to go in and out. It felt great. Didn't know when the bus, because I'm like, hold up, I gotta go pee. Ran downstairs like 3 times to pee, not to.
Oh my Jesus!
Hey, I'm being
You were
utterly
12.
100. I'm being 100. I was 12 years old.
Be honest,
Okay? Yeah, but
You
and lo
don't
and
still
behold,
do that though, right?
I plead the
you
fifth.
trying to fucking kill me right now. Yo, stop. Don't ever do that again. Because I almost shot that out my nose. Please, Chrissy. I almost shot that. I had to go.
Hey, Chris, you'll find out this weekend.
Oh my God!
Oh.
Now it's a party.
Ah. What?
Let's go, man. Let's go. Yo,
Damn,
Jackson, that's how you doing on this? How you handling
Real
Hey,
fast.
he's getting spicy up there. I'm like,
If,
I just
if
wanted to know if you still do that. That was it.
what you
Is it getting hot? It's getting hot in here.
two things, two things. Christina, your lipstick matches your face. We'll start there. A. B, in case our listeners didn't know, we're going to have our first live podcast this weekend with all of us together.
yes.
Hey.
Yes.
On Sunday we all come together.
Erika will be there in spirit. She will be tuned in via StreamYard.
Yeah.
We're looking for all y'all to join us. It's going to be lit. But I digress. Go ahead back to the run of the bathroom three times.
Hey,
Jesus.
God damn.
that's all
All
I
right.
gotta say about that. I rated a -2 from 1 to 10. It was awful, but on the same note, I learned something. I learned what not to do.
Mm.
And with that being
Oh, then
said,
you don't do it. Okay.
I'm going
Mm.
to toss it up to Miss Spicy up here. Go ahead, Chris. It's all you.
So it's really a short story. It really is. And that's it. It was over. That's exactly how it went.
Hold up, I think you blacked out real quick. What happened?
Oh. I said it was really a short story, and that's it. It's over. Like it was literally.
Come on, you gotta give us. You gotta give the viewers more than that.
King
Like,
Clips.
Listen, it was in the back seat of a car.
backseat of my Jeep.
With another couple in the front seat. It was horrible. It was
So
like
they was doing it too.
yes,
It must have been a Caprice
yes.
classic.
That was hold up.
It was a double showing. It was a double feature.
How old was you? You
I was
want to
young.
tell her no?
I was young. I was very young. Mind you, I was pregnant at 14 and had my daughter at 15. Like I was very young, with my first sexual experience. But I'll never forget. Like the girl was older, the guy was older.
Hold up. Explain, define double feature.
No.
Definitely did say double
We
feature.
didn't double dip. We didn't double dip.
I was just saying.
Double dipping.
I was about to go grab my lotion that's over there because I think that's over there. I was about to
come on, bro. Don't be the Zoom guy, yo.
No.
Yo, your
Don't do that.
Your camera ain't off.
Listen, there was no double dipping. It was just a couple in the front and a couple in the back.
Yeah.
She was older. She was, she was in high school. Like later, a senior in high school. The other guy was a senior in high school. And I remember going to the bathroom afterwards with her, like after we were all done with it. And she's like, "So how was it?" I was like, "That's it. Like that's what it is. Like that's all. Like yeah, I don't ever have to do it again in my life. Like it wasn't a great experience." And I'll even tell you that with having my daughter at 15, I actually didn't have my first orgasm until I was 16. So I gave birth to a whole child, a whole human being, never having been rewarded for even, having given birth. So it was only after I gave birth that I understand what an orgasm was. And that I was 16, the guy was 21, and we were actually friends before we were anything else. And he knew kind of what my thing was. And what was that?
Statutory. Statutory.
Listen.
I'm glad somebody said it because I was coming right back on and saying it.
Yeah, he could definitely catch it. There's a lot of R. Kelly going on in this panel right now. Yeah.
My daughter's father, I was 14, he was 18. That in itself right there. I mean,
R. Kelly.
18 is a questionable age because you could technically still be in high school. And you could be
but 14, let's think about a 14-year-old and where her mind is at 14.
Off in the Jeep.
Okay.
I'm
like I looking back, there were a lot of things that I was searching for, right? That so this goes back to that whole brokenness, right, thing, and our daddy issues.
Yeah.
It's
coming full circle.
360 degrees.
That's right. It all comes back. So you're looking for that something that you're not getting at home. And even just with my mom, there was 6 of us. There was just like a lot of things going on in the house, and it was easier for me to disappear in the bed with a man than it was for me to face what I had to face with at home. And that's real, and that's reality, and I'll speak my truth, and I have no qualms about my truth. It makes me who I am today.
Thank you for reeling that in with that truth piece. It's
definitely mine, and
At the same time, I want everybody to, because we mentioned a lot of back episodes of the podcast, and they're all available on YouTube, so check out our channel. Do the knowledge and wisdom to those so you can have a better understanding as to what we're talking about today. Just in case we're touching up on some things that we're like, hey, we spoke about that before and you're completely lost, because we want you to follow the conversation regardless how it goes down. All right.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to touch up on real quick?
No, it was just that short, that quick.
All right. It was
Jay-Z.
No, like you I think you sold yourself.
It was like and that was it.
There was
grand opening, grand closing.
Absolutely, all in the same second.
Grand opening, grand closing.
And I remember who it was.
And no encore.
No encore whatsoever. Nope.
All right, Crystal, we're gonna get right into you then.
Here we go.
Okay, y'all ready for this?
Yeah, we ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have 2 little experiences. One I'm gonna classify as like a premature experience where I think he felt, oh my God, did my phone just not there?
Yeah, your shit acting up again.
Oh my God, hold on, not there.
They couldn't even wait for the punchline. Nope. I was like, damn.
The Wi-Fi knew it was getting spicy.
All right. But
we will return to Boo Boo Kitty momentarily.
Ayo Black, how about you, man? Why don't you touch up on that?
I'm about to dive all in. I'm gonna tell you. Yo, this is a secret I'm gonna tell y'all between all of us right here that's part of this cast right now. My first doesn't even know that she's my first.
You get that one?
Huh?
And you get that one?
I hear you.
I said, how did you get that off?
Oh, nigga, come on! I'm smoothing the other side of the pillow, baby. You know.
Okay. Let's go.
Oh, Jesus, I can't with you, man.
He watched a whole lot of Pornhub products.
I'm sorry, Pornhub was not the thing back then, sir. So it was a whole lot of what's that girl's name? Jack Me. What's her name? All the old school players know what I'm talking about. Heather Jack Me or some shit, whatever we're called. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Then then Dallas. Listen, those are classics.
Talking about the classics.
You're talking about the classics. I'm talking about B. I found my pop stats, B. I was working it, B. I was like, oh, hold on. I was like trying to get the moves. I was trying to practice them. Listen, let me tell you, because it didn't seem like she was my first, because she didn't think that I was her firm because I didn't rehearse this shit. I didn't watch everything. I did some studying. So I got all this shit ready about all the shit I wanted to do. She should have known by I wanted to do. I was random as fuck. So one day we were in the forest. I went to fuck in the forest. I went to fucking in the car. I wanted to do in that house while your mom's and grandma was asleep and shit like that. But if we're coloring in the story, she's gonna know. If she's watching, she's gonna know who she is. But what I'm saying, like to that point, she's like, oh no, she's like, damn, he's experienced. Like, but no, baby, I was doing my homework. I was trying to get it in. So. So at that point, I was doing all the most randomest shit you can think of. Anything you saw in them videotapes, you know what I'm talking about, I was doing.
Yeah. Hey, yo, for some reason, man, back when I was 17, you more of a freak, nasty nigga than me, man. Because I thought porn was disgusting back in the day, like in the 90s and shit. I was like, yo, I don't want to watch no dude's dick on TV. Like that shit was gone.
I was trying to get it.
I mean, obviously times changed, but I don't know. Back then, like popping in the actual. Going out the way to grab a porno movie and then throwing it in. I don't know, man. Maybe
five-star video.
My friend said it's Ebony Eyes, Vanessa Del Rio.
Vanessa Del Rio. Yeah.
Seika, Jenna Pepper, Jeannie Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
All
your first time was on point, Black?
My first time was on. I don't know. You have to ask her. You have to ask.
Nah, we talking your experience though. Like, how was your first time, bro?
It was right because she was letting me do whatever I wanted to do. Yo, it was like motherfucker. I was like, yo, do this, do that. She was like, yes. And I'm like,
was ready.
Y'all seen Coming to America, right?
Yes.
Like a big dog. Yeah. Yo, she was down for whatever. And I'm like, oh shit, this is how it's gonna be. In my mind, I'm like, so it was excellent. I'm not gonna front on her. Shout out to this person. If you figured this out, shout out to you. Yeah, I mean, you was a real one. I appreciate that. Yo, you helped brother dude work through all his fantasies and issue. I didn't have no issue, none at all. So I was like, yo,
how old was you?
I don't know. We have to ask her.
So how old were you?
Yeah, how old was you?
That's according to you.
We still talk to this day. We still talk to this day.
That don't mean nothing. You could have redeemed yourself years later.
No, I was trashy. How we broke up with some ass shit. Like I was like, she should hate me for the rest of her life. But
it still could have been whack if she still talks to you. I still talk to people.
Yeah, but you still talk to niggas 30 that said you saw trash. You still talk to that dude?
Yeah, how old was you though?
Yeah.
It was a lot older. I think it was I don't know how old I was, B. I really don't. Yeah, I
was
really
this that you had in your basement?
You got that locked in.
My number is undefined. I can't tell you how many I'm at, but I remember that one. And
I feel like this is all like a figment of my imagination. You have to know at least around what age you were when you did.
All right, so it would have to be my freshman. No, had to be freshman year of high school, I believe.
So that's like 14,
that's
15?
like 15, yeah,
14, 15.
Yeah. So I mean, it could have been right around that. Oh, actually, no. I don't know. So it's around there. I remember who it was.
14 or 15.
Hey, we'll give it. It was one of those years. When the numbers start piling up, you don't remember the exact first time because it's just mundane. Now, if your number is small enough, then you remember those dates and those times and all those other things. But listen.
No, I remember my first time and how old I was. I don't remember my number. I lost count a long time ago.
All right, so did you stop losing count at 30, or are we talking about 150?
No, I don't even know the number anymore.
Oh, you just think this was down like motherfucking ho-hos and some shit, right? You remember like
Twinkie injustice.
Listen, interesting, but really because it's been like the whole fucking late 90s, 2000s were a blur. Listen, I moved from New York to Tampa. And when you say you're from New York, just saying you're from New York, get you a whole lot of ass that you're not expecting you getting. Like you thought, oh, you're from New York? You stroking. And that's what and then shit, I go on vacation and you stroking. It don't matter. It's just what it is.
Accent. How you feel about that, B? You making a face. What that face about, bro?
I'm just listening to a bunch of bullshit.
How so, Jackson? Come on in. Come on in.
Okay, no.
Yo,
I'm
Jackson,
from
how
New
you feel
York,
about
so
that?
automatically this dick is good. That's some bullshit right there. It's not where you're from, it's what you know. Okay? That
No,
right
no,
there
no,
is
no,
a
no.
fact.
No,
Say what?
Listen, no. You tell somebody you from New York at certain places and you getting ass, and it's been known.
I
I
can
don't
say
know.
hello and I'm getting ass. Oh
Well,
God,
because
she's
that's
tall,
because you
light
had the light
skinned,
skin chick on
handsome,
for
well
you.
spoken. It's like, come on now.
Listen, I'll break. Listen, we can have a trial, and I will bring on people from here, and they will tell you when you go other places and you state where you from. Hold up, because I'll tell you this. Because when I lived in Jersey, and I went to for Florida for vacation, I brought my cousin with me, and I was talking to the chick, and all this shit was going down, right? I was like, oh, she liked me, da da da. This is when I was a shy motherfucker. This is back when I was a little shy, and my cousin told this chick, oh, he from New York. This bitch from Orlando dropped her jaw. Me and my family went to Universal or no, actually it was MGM Studio. My cousin said he felt sick. He was staying home to take down the chick that I was talking to because he said that he was from fucking New York. Fast forward, we did many places, go different places, and you tell them where you from. Oh, I've always wanted to go there. My dream was to go to fucking New York, and they let you put it down off where you're from, and that shit is ridiculous, but it's facts.
It's true. It's true. Black, you're
But
right.
I think in defense, and I think what he was trying to say is that you said you was the king from day one, and that was bullshit. I think that's what he was referring
That's
to.
what he said.
I think that's what he was referring to.
Well, hold up. You said I was king. I don't. Hold up. What was
You
you?
were the king of the stroke. You were king of the stroke from day
Yeah,
one.
you acted like you
And he
knew
was
all
calling
the
bullshit on that.
Oh, you mean from Shorty? Oh yeah, yo, I listen. She's gonna come on to one of our podcasts, and I can tell you, and then we'll put all that shit in the open because I already talked to her privately about coming on, but she still don't know who. She still don't know she's this person.
And you think she's gonna tell that business on air?
I most definitely. Listen, I got y'all on air, don't I?
He's hoping.
Listen, because I don't care. I am who I am.
really don't care, bro.
And I am who I am, and that's what you're gonna get.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen, but we'll see.
All right.
Yeah, don't take Christy.
It will happen. I make magic happen, but I'm gonna bring TJ back on the conversation. Hold on.
I think the next one up is Crystal. We're gonna go to you.
Yes. My experience was horrible, very horrible. And I think he thought he did so much because it was a lot of huffing and puffing, a lot of like, you love this. I don't know what movie he watched, but I think it felt like kind of like a threesome. Y'all ever have a moment where you're so young and like other kids are sleeping in the slumber party? So now it's dark in the room, you got other kids in the room, and someone climbs on top of you type of moment because he's been waiting for that one-on-one with you. So I think that was like my threesome because other kids were watching from another side.
Yeah, that sounds great.
He couldn't really get it in. Yeah, it wasn't a moment for me that I felt like I wanted to do that ever again.
Hold on.
But by the time I felt like I really had a real experience, I think I was a freshman in high school. Because that one, he never even put it in before he just started like choking, on himself. Like I think he kind of came on himself at that moment. Because he didn't realize you had to put it in to consider it. You're actually having sex at that moment. So I think for him that might have been his first, and my first was really in high school, type of moment. So it was not a really good experience at all. But he may feel like he had an excellent moment.
Like Black, right?
Hell, but Crystal, you was with it though? You said it was a dark room.
I think Black felt like it was amazing, and whoever was on the other side felt like it was a lot of humping and movement. I think guys think, especially for their first experience, that means you're doing so much. Like, and you're just like, can you slow down? Can we get a motion going?
Yeah.
Something like that. Like, we need a movement. But all of this, it does nothing at all. Nothing. She's just sitting there waiting for it to be over. The whole thing.
I'm saying though, I was like back in the day when that was popping in the club, brother. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's what it was. Like that was the dance movement. It felt like if you get that and you can move like that, you're doing so much. And the reality is, she's somewhere like, slow down. Let's get emotion. Can you hold on to something? You guys is growing all over the place. You're not doing nothing. And let it not be like a good side. It's not helping the situation.
Hold up.
No, because it's just going in and out, coming in and out, in and out. Where you're feeling like, I know I'm not hanging out here, and you can't even keep it in. It's not gonna work. The whole thing doesn't work.
Yeah. That's a bad look.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you that's not how that went down. And I wish.
Oh, it definitely went down.
I listen. I can guarantee you that's not how that went down. Because at first we robbed her, and then this will happen. But that's another story for another time. So
What?
bring TJ back.
What?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
I'll tell y'all later. I'm bring TJ back because listen,
I'm
it went
lost.
after
I'm
all
so
that.
I'm confused because I didn't understand where that came because I was like, how did that come to my story?
It's like Transformers. There's more than meets the eye.
Yeah, there is.
Yes.
That's why I know that. Listen, all that studying for the SAT came through. I'm gonna let y'all fronting. A lot of niggas wasn't putting.
Oh, okay. Connect the God sees everything.
Because I got stories. I got stories.
Okay.
So
TJ.
you was Rob Days.
Hold up. I want to say something to. Hold up. What's your name? Black Earth. I want to say. I'm gonna call you by your radio name, Black Earth, right?
Yeah.
I just want to see if you remember your party that you had at your house. Remember your basement party?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I was the king of the party. I threw parties all the damn time.
I think I seen about 6 people getting it on in your basement, and I just feel like, so we allowed to do all of this down here?
Hold up, because I had the boom boom room. I had the fuck room in the back of the corner in the basement that was designed for.
He definitely had. Yes, I remember that. I was like, I thought we was here. Yeah, it was moments. It was moments down there.
Listen, I've been putting work since motherfucking 1993. I've been putting. Well, let me tell you that for the training, I had the training. So you know,
I'm gonna give my applaud you because that was one of the best parties I had ever been to. Being in our high school, I just want to put that out there. One of the best.
I appreciate that. But if you would have more fun, I would take you back to that boom boom room. Then you would have known what a good time was. I just want to let you know. But
well, you know, I didn't make it to the boom boom room because I was a tomboy and I felt like it was nothing but clowns out there. But at the same time, I did see a lot of movement.
You would have got it. I just know why you was fronting. You would have got it back then. I'm just letting you know.
Going on up there.
Yeah, she froze up. She froze up, bro.
Yes.
Oh, so you didn't hear that? Let me make this clear. You would have got it back then too. I don't know why you was fronting. You and your whole crew.
I heard you. I definitely into older people, very older people. I think King Clips can vouch for that. Like very older men at that point of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody in the high school.
Yo, we was always just like cool. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm stepping out. I'm gonna put.
She used to bring my hair back in the day. Used to, you know what I mean, more together and shit. She could over the show with the team.
It was more like family. It was like a family. Like that was like a family set. So it was
Absolutely. Like you know my mom Dukes and all that. You know what I mean? I don't know about your sexual or what happened at Corey's house.
I never out there. I never bothered nobody. I never slept with nobody out there when we lived out there. I never did. It was like more like a family set.
I don't remember nothing like that. And I know we was real tight, so I probably would have heard something unless y'all was I don't know. You never know. You know what I'm saying?
I think I was already into like a whole different type of thing. And I was more like a tomboy at that time. So I was more into the music. Like we just had a good time until I left. Once I left there was when I really started exploring sexuality. Like, you know, once men started, like grown men started coming my way and I started feeling like myself, feeling attractive in a different way. Then I was into older guys.
Okay.
Hey, real fast.
Yeah.
This episode has been brought to you by Lavender Essential Oils, aka Black Earth.
Black Lavender.
Secondly, the very first house party I ever DJ'd in 1995, I believe, was at Black's house in Washington. So let's give credit where credit is due.
History, baby. We
He put a party together, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to
put a party together. And he made grits the next morning for everybody. Such a hospitable host.
You know it. You know. Hold up, because they loved me because it was all free alcohol. I never charged anybody coming in and drink. I had kegs on tap. People had the drinks. They had every liquor they wanted, and they also had security. I had Duckworth as my security in my driveway. He was like, "Yo, as long as y'all don't come out and y'all just drink inside and have a good time, yeah, I'll put you on blast, Duckworth, if you listening." I
Yeah,
appreciate
you was trying to bust niggas though.
Yeah.
No.
In the police car, and in the driveway. I know you're inside drinking and having a good ass fucking time, but y'all just keep everybody inside. And that was the Washington Police Department. I appreciate y'all. Looking back.
Hey man, hey, yo, you
Ray and nephew.
I'll raise mine, man.
All right. Appreciate it. Oh, so who's left to talk on this topic? Who we got?
I think Chris was it.
Nah, that covers it. That covers it.
That was it.
All right, good. We're gonna move on to the next subject right here. So our next subject for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about boom. While in the person's DM, how many messages should you send to get their attention? When is that line crossed and become creepy or thirsty? And I'm gonna slide out of here and bring Lady E back in because I know, listen, her shit be blowing up. Let her tell you some of her Vietnam War stories about her Instagram, her DMs, and then I'll be back.
It was on you, E.
Why do I have to go first?
You got the Vietnam story.
You're the most experienced.
There you go. The question is, while in a person's DMs, how many messages should you send to get their attention? When is that line crossed and become creepy or thirsty? On you.
Okay, so I get dozens of DMs every single day, and it takes me literally 3 to 4 days to go through all of them and respond or not respond, just to look to see what they're talking about. So the only ones that I do respond to is if they are interested in our group and our podcast and what we're doing. I respond to those. If they have a business proposition they want to come with me for, not a sexual thing, but like today, okay, I'm gonna use this as an example. So today, I was asked to be an actress in somebody's film or whatever, and it wasn't. It's not like a sexual thing, whatever. So, and then I also was asked to be a caterer for somebody who is running for governor in 2022. So I thought that was pretty cool. So it's not just all about, they just want, it's mostly about, yeah, I want to get with you. I want to talk to you. I want to spend more time with you. Or I mainly get, hi, hello, how you doing? I want to meet you. I want to take you on a date, all this stuff. And that's great and all. Like I appreciate the love. I appreciate the comments and all that stuff. The compliments, appreciate that. But you have to understand, like, I'm only one person. I cannot respond to everybody at the same time or respond to everybody who says, a bunch of compliments on me, whatever. But so if I don't respond after like I say 2 messages tops, maybe 3, then maybe you should not send the next 84, or maybe you should like limit that to like 3 at the most. I will respond eventually if I feel the need to communicate more with you. Look, I'm not on my phone constantly all day, every day. I have 2 kids. I'm a single mother. I work 2 jobs. I do a podcast twice a week. So if I was to respond to everybody constantly, I would basically be living on my phone, and nobody can live like that. So people who understand. People who don't, are gonna get fucking blocked because I'm getting sick of it. And they don't understand. And like people who call me too or want to FaceTime me without even getting like a message back, and they like try to FaceTime me immediately or a couple times a day. And it's like, look, if I haven't responded to your message, for one, why would you think that I would pick up the phone to FaceTime you several times after you FaceTime, like want to FaceTime? Like that just makes no sense to me. You know, I don't get it. I don't get what these guys are like thinking. Like,
All right.
I don't know. Like,
I'm
and then
definitely-
they think because I accept their friend request or the fact that I, you know, tell them, oh, thank you for accepting my friend request, or they'll tell me thank you, and then I'll be like, you're welcome, no problem, thanks for the request. Like I'm nice about it. I'm not a bitch about it. But then they automatically think like, oh, she wants to talk to me, like she wants to get to know me, or she wants to do this and that and that. And like that's not always the case. Like let's network, let's do something business wise together, or let's build something, not just try to get in my pants or whatever. Because I am not, that's not me. So
Okay.
it's very frustrating.
Quick question for you. How many followers on Facebook do you have? Not friends, followers, people that you have not, denied or
following section.
Following? I have no idea. I haven't even looked yet.
Okay.
Yo, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Off top. All right, can I ask you a quick question? This is has nothing to do with the question.
Hold on, Black, real fast. Can you tell Black to put me in the back of the show? Put me in the back room so I can fix this shit.
So rude, TJ. You're so rude. Yeah. Check this out. So you've had a catering option and the porn option. Money wise.
I had a what? A porn option?
Yeah, you said a private video.
No.
Acting. She said acting.
No, it was porn.
Acting
No, it was
for
porn.
real, or was it a
No, don't
porn?
get that confused. That's porn. That's casting couch.
Word.
No, it's not about that. It's
How much was the offer, though?
It's an independent film.
What's the going rate on that?
It's a web series. I don't know. I didn't ask yet.
porn
Look,
it just happened.
That's all I wanted to know. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful or nothing. I just wanted to know what's the rate on catering and porn, and is it like
catering? So catering is whatever I decide, and it depends on how many people they're trying to serve, what kind of food they want. That all factors in the labor. All that stuff factors in. So I can't just put on a price right now because I don't know what's going on. Like he wants to talk to me more about it, but this is gonna happen in like, I don't know, next year or early the following year after that. So I mean, who knows?
So,
but I listen to people and I hear them out before I just shut them down. So
listen. So, was the guy running for governor? Was his name Bill Clinton?
No.
Oh, I just wanted to know. Because...
yeah, what you snacking on, B?
Oh, me? Listen, I just wanted to know if it was Bill Clinton because you know what he wanted, what he expects from his intern for running for government. I just wanted to I just wanted to find that out more. But
no, this person is running for governor of Florida in 2022. So he messaged me.
Oh, he did. Oh, wait, he messaged you. Down south side. So you don't sound suspect.
I mean, a little bit, but he was like telling me
exactly I want to make America great again. Come to my office.
He was telling me his plans, and we were talking about it, and it's a business proposition. He had nothing to say about anything else, so I kept it strictly professional. And if people want to talk to me about business, I'm all for that. Or I've also had other people promote their business to me. So it's not all about you know, sexual things. I mean, it's mostly that, but
Still is.
Now you
not
said
all.
acting though, like you have acting experience. Why would somebody reach out to you
No,
for
I
an
have
acting job
modeling
unless you have
experience.
acting experience? You know what I'm saying? Like my daughter does modeling and acting.
Well,
You know what I mean? I know what it takes for like her to get acting jobs. So for someone to reach out with you with little to no experience, I wonder what kind of acting they want you to do. So at the same time, when I ask that question, I wanted to know the rate. You know what I mean?
Well, sometimes so here.
right? No, I
Mentiroso.
totally agree.
Mentiroso, por favor,
Well,
please.
Come on,
sometimes,
y'all.
But
hold
see,
on.
Initial question I asked.
No.
so
That's the whole
Sometimes
thing.
people reach out to people because they have that look for what they want in the character, right?
Oh,
And
okay.
they do take chances on people that have not acted before because there's a lot of people that have been discovered that way.
Terminator 2. What was the little kid that ran around? He had no acting experience whatsoever, right?
The
That's
guy in
only
the
time I
guy in
ever heard of that.
Blindsided, the guy in Blindsided, he never acted a day in his life. There's many people that have
I've never heard of that movie.
Blindsided. The guy in the football player, the white family took him in, and he went and he
The
plays for the
big,
Ravens.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that
yeah,
actually happens to.
All right.
Don't get me twisted. I am fucking with you because it is Florida, and dudes run scams like that all the time in order to get in your drawers. But he could
no,
be legit.
I totally get that, and I'm very careful about what I do, and I also ask for, how much am I getting paid for this? He already sent me the script. I have not read it yet, but it's not even gonna be happening until October. So I'm not like stressing about it right now, but also
Tell me you
like
had him send it to a PO box and not your address.
what?
You had him send it to a PO box and not your address, right?
No, my email.
Oh, okay. Whew, I thought you
No,
sent you
not
the
my
hard copy. Like,
address.
yeah, here's my address.
Girl, do
Can
you
you
think
copy
I'm
paste?
like retarded or something?
No,
No.
no.
Can you copy paste that to the group?
Copy
Yeah.
and paste what?
The script to the group.
That's
Yeah,
proprietary
yeah.
information.
Oh wait, yo,
That's
he sent you a
proprietary
script.
information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it in the email. Copy paste that to the group.
No,
It's
you can't. You can't do
proprietary
that. You can't.
Not the
information.
group. I'm talking group chat, not the actual Blockwatch group. I mean, like
I
group
know what you
chat.
meant. I know
You know
what
what
you
I mean?
meant.
Or,
Hold on. You ain't got an agent yet. I got you. I'll be your agent, baby.
Jesus, Black, you just everything under the sun.
I do that. I'm a jack of all
West
trades.
Army
master of
night.
none. Hold
But
up.
okay, so what I'm saying is that I like networking and I like meeting new people because you never know what kind of opportunities will arise in just talking to people. So that's why I'm always nice. I'm always respectful. If they cross the line, that's when I'm like, you're out of here. Delete, block, whatever. If you keep on, you're gonna be blocked, deleted, so but people have to understand, like, other people have lives. Like, you have a life? Obviously not. If you're texting somebody like 36 times a day, what kind of life do you have? And why are you so thirsty?
Yeah, you want to talk about that a bit? Because I saw a little action going on in a group this week. You want to embellish on that a little bit, or you want to just leave it at that?
Wait, what did you see?
Thirsty DMs, exactly what we're talking about right now. Yeah. Screenshot of the guy, a brother, right? And I guess he was doing the utmost. He was doing the utmost in your DMs,
I'm
and he
sorry.
was going nuts.
What's his name? Does he have a name?
Yeah, don't do that.
Trey.
Unless she wants to
His
talk
name
about
is
it.
Trey.
Unless she wants to talk about it, let her air it out. But I saw a little action in the group this week. So did you want to embellish on that one a little bit? He's kind of out here already.
I mean, it didn't upset me because I don't really give a shit what people say about me or how they think about me because they have no idea who I am. So they're going to make their assumptions based off of what their experiences are in the past and not from who I am as a person, which is that's their business. It's not mine. So I can't, be mad at them for that. Like, that's them. But my advice is to not do that, basically.
Don't do that.
You can't just like come at somebody because of other people, what they did to you in your life, because you have no idea who I am. You don't know who these other girls that you're probably DMing and getting pissed off at for because they don't respond to you right away because you're the master of the DMs or something, because everybody has to respond to you because you're so hot and fine. Like, no. Like, if you're gonna come at somebody, come at them correct with respect, and like, look into their profile, see what they like, see what their interests are. If you're really interested in somebody, you're gonna do the research to find out what they like and what they don't like. And if you're really interested in a person, tell them or ask them a question about something that they're interested in. That's how you grab someone's attention in their DM. You don't just say, hey, or you send like a thumbs up, or you say, how's your day going, or whatever the case may be. It's like the little small talk is what women don't have time for. Like, we don't want that shit. So that's my advice to everybody who's sliding into girls' DMs, just saying, hey, or how's your day going? Or
that's it, lame.
What's
That's real lame.
Or how you doing? It's like freaking annoying. Sorry.
No, let me break that down for you. Lady E ain't got time for that. So if you want to holler at Lady E, here's her Cash App. It's at Erika May 86 Cash App. Get at her because her time is your money. Your money is her time, and she'll holler back and spit you a couple lines you want to hear. But I want to get some other takes on this, Lady. I appreciate you diving deep in this. But I really want to know, at what point does it become creepy? How many actual messages is like, all right, dude, you crossed the damn line? Or do you ladies holler at dudes in their DMs? I mean, have you done it before? And how many messages would you say before you got, like, if you don't get a response for? I'm gonna go to Crystal first, and then I'm gonna go to Chrissy.
Let me say, I have slid in somebody's DM. Yes, I have. And I say 2 times. If a person don't respond after 2 times, don't slide back into their DM. That means they're not interested. I have had people slide in my DM, and I'm not gonna lie, I've looked at their picture before they slid in my DM, like, he could get it. And once he slid in my DM, I was a little excited, like, oh, we both watching each other? Okay, it's looking good. So, you know, I'm a little different. I don't mind it if I'm interested in you. Now, if I'm not interested in you, I just won't respond at all. It's just, I'm not going to respond because I've seen your page already and I realize your page just not what I'm about. But if I'm interested, I don't have a problem responding back, having a little conversation. I went on a few dates with some of the DMs before. And it turned out very nice. I've hit somebody one time in his DM and I just asked him to come look at some things for me. And I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to smash him on my own, and I smashed because that's all I wanted. So I'm not gonna lie. I've had those moments where I'm like, he could get it and he got it, and it was just what it was. There's nothing wrong with it. If that's what your intention is, just go with your intention.
Sexual
and you'll be fine.
progression.
You know what I'm saying?
You need to give me a t-shirt that says sexual progression. I'm just gonna wear it on the show.
Yes.
Once you hit 40, the sexual drive goes up. You're about anything at some point.
Can we do that?
Exactly.
Because guys don't know what the fuck that means unless you put "I like dick" on the back.
All right. Make me the shirt. I'll wear it on the show.
Wear it up. All right.
I'm gonna make one. I'm 40. My sexual drive is up here. What are we doing?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, man. Anything else you want to add on to that, Crystal, or not? Oh, well, when does it become creepy though? You didn't answer that part.
After 2.
After 2, but
after
okay. Gotcha.
Especially if you have not gotten a response. Don't go back in
Okay.
there.
Beautiful. All right, I'm going to go to, let's say, a male perspective, single. Jackson. Nah,
No,
Jackson, you
I'm
up the
saying
pack.
go to Chris.
Nah, we gonna go to Chris later. I want to hear your point of view right now. I want to hear what you talking about right now, man. You gonna go to Chris later.
So doing my podcast, yeah, that's like women will slide in on some humbug bullshit. They'll be like, "Hey, how's your day going?" You know, I'm cordial. I'll respond good. Next thing you know, it's like, "Dang, you look real good during the podcast. You know, what's your schedule looking like? We should do lunch." Blah. I'm like, God damn, sexual progression is right, Chris.
Oh,
That's
shit.
right.
There you go. There you go.
We run into you now.
In all honesty, I can't be mad because we as men have done it. Okay, some more than others. So, hey, I can't be mad. I don't believe in a double standard. Good for the goose, good for the gander.
That's right.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
also, like, but if you're gonna slide into someone's DMs like that, like Jackson said about, hey, like, hi, how you doing? And then you automatically go to, let's meet, let's
Wow,
have lunch,
instant.
let's go on a date. And it's like, why would a woman go meet a man that she has no idea who you are and go meet you on a date? Like, how stupid do you think women are? Or like, why would a woman?
I've done it. I've done it.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
I've done
Hey,
it.
man.
So, but
I think honestly, I'm gonna say this. It goes by how many followers you got. If you got 10,000 followers, you probably not meeting nobody because
Come
you
on in,
already
Chris.
at that space where you're
Come on
popular.
in, Crystal, baby. Talk
Everybody
about it.
wants you. Now, if you somebody like myself that got about 1,000 followers,
Talk
you
about
feel
it,
a little
baby.
bit different. You feel a little excited, like, oh, he looking at me. Let me check his
Yeah.
page.
Yes,
This
baby.
is a real page right here. He got little family photos. He got pictures of his kid. You might send a picture to somebody else because you check your mutual followers. Hey, do y'all know him? Do you know a little bit about him? Is he real? You done did a little background check. He want to take you out.
Baseball.
Let me be honest.
Ultimate dating app.
Women. I think it's different for
How many
women.
dates you getting at
Go
this
back to
point?
that one, yeah.
Crystal,
Oh,
yes.
when you get a woman that somebody like, I want to take you out to eat, you like, oh, all right, I'll meet you at the restaurant because guess what? I can eat. I
Ain't
can
nobody
eat.
trying to hear
I'm
that
gonna take
lady
the
eat
dick.
shit. We feeling that. That's 100% in it, right? That, and then we're gonna clap them cheeks, lady. I'm gonna bring you back.
I think it's different for women.
If she went
sliding
out with
into
you,
the DM,
I
though.
guarantee she gonna already know that if she wanted you already. Don't think you gonna make her do something she ain't want to do. If she went out, she already was at the point where she might have slept with you anyway. She was already comfortable. Let's be honest. Y'all don't make the decision for us. We already made the decision when we seen y'all smiling like, oh, he is somebody I wouldn't mind sleeping with. You know, it's just how they start talking to us. We be like, I knew he was about something. You know, because we want to sleep with you too. We want you to be about something. But if you start talking stupid, we like, yo, he not even. Oh my God, I thought he was onto something. He just started talking. It was a little reckless. I'm gonna get about this one. But we gonna go with you because we want the meal. Most of us will. I know I'm gonna go because I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna order a couple dishes off the menu, and then I'm gonna like call me later, and I might not take your call after that, but I got the meal. I'm gonna go with that.
You right.
I hear that.
All right, just hold up.
Get yours.
Hold up.
Get yours.
Yo, speak your truth. When that book coming out, Crystal, let everybody know what date you're
I
releasing.
want to read that shit. Oh yeah. I definitely am copping. I want 2 copies when your book comes.
I get what you're saying though, Crystal. I get it. I totally get it. But also, for me, I need to know a little bit more about the person who I'm gonna go meet. Like, we need to have some kind of conversation beforehand, which I have done in my DMs. And there's some guys that, yes, I would go meet up with them because I've actually talked to them for a couple weeks or whatever the case may be. But I'm talking about people who just automatically say, come into your DMs talking about, I want to take you out, or
No, I don't
would
respond to
really
them. I do a background check. I just want to clarify that. I agree with what you're saying on that. That's what I mean. I have talked to them and gotten to have like you say, a DM conversation, and you can kind of break it down between who's, I could see myself going out with him, or somewhere you just like, I'm not going to respond. So yeah, you do have to break it down. I'm just saying there are some that we will go out with. Like we can't say that we wouldn't if they slid in the DM, because like I said, I slid in some guys' DMs, and I responded to some that
It's
have
different for women
DM.
sliding into the DM than it is a man sliding into a woman's DM. It's
I
definitely
slid in his
different.
DMs. I
And
slept with him.
I'll give
And
you a
guess what? We
scenario.
still friends right now.
I'll tell you why it's different, right? So, and I had this conversation with Jackson actually, and it was another conversation that I had with my friend Anthony. If let's say you, and this is just kind of a scenario that has nothing to do with the DMs, right? This is just kind of where the man and woman difference
You're about to
is, right?
be real sexist right now.
So no, it's not. No, it's not.
I
It's
wanted
not
to say
even
that.
sexist. It's just reality. It's just reality, right? If a man and a woman are out on a date and he got a hotel room and he's like, you know what? Can we just come back to the hotel room real quick? I want to shower up, change, whatever, da 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 da, and then we could go back out, right? The dude comes out. If the dude comes out without nothing on, butt ass naked, that's gonna make the woman feel uncomfortable. It's gonna be like kind of, oh, what's going on? Like, you're feeling unsafe. But if it was reversed, where the woman's like, oh, I'm gonna go back to the hotel room and get ahead and shower and change and whatever, and she comes out butt naked, then that's a different effect. The man's not gonna be like, oh, I feel unsafe. No, like he's not. And so that's the same thing when we're talking about sliding into DMs. It's easier for a woman to slide into a man's DM talking about, I want to take you out and let's just go do this, than it is for a man to slide into a female's DM.
But I never said I wanted to sleep with him. My intention was to sleep with him. I'm not going to say it in the DM that. What I did was, he did housework.
One at a time, ladies. One at a time.
You think these guys that are DMing?
No,
you get it, Chrissy.
You think these guys that are DMing us saying hello and good morning, beautiful, aren't talking to, they're not telling me they want to fuck me neither, but that's what they want to do.
We both want to do it though. That's the point. Honestly, the goal is to find somebody who wants to sleep with forever. You're going to have the moments you want to sleep with somebody.
So hold up, y'all. One question, real quick, because this is a very lady, and then we'll come to us. Me and DJ still got to touch up on this, but we'll come to us in a bit.
I haven't touched it yet either. I haven't even touched it.
No, we're going right to you after we're done with this point. But Crystal, you said that because Facebook, of course, is the ultimate dating app where you can do your background search, your history, and you've had a conversation, and he already had you from with a smile on his throat. He hits you in his DMs, and he's like, you know what I mean? So you like, he could get it. You already made your mind up right there.
That you wanted to listen. Very quickly, because I want everybody to be able to get they point in.
Let's go.
For me, I was buying a house, right? And I already followed the person. He followed me. And he did like tiling, house, like doors and stuff like that. Now, when you're watching him, this is just my perspective. I already knew he was attractive. I knew he was like, had a swag that I was interested in. Now, I didn't slide in his DM without knowing what type of housework he did. So my line was, hey, I see you do this little housework. I want to see if you can come out to the house one day. You know what I mean? And give me an estimate. I needed some estimate on some housework.
You want to hang some drapes.
So when he came to the house, I got to see him in person. I got to see does he look like his age? But I did my background check. I sent his picture to a couple of people. I knew some people that knew him, and they was like, "Nah, he a good dude. He this and this and that." So that was my background work already. You know what I mean? So after that, I got his number. He was like, take my number so you can text me directly. So now I'm in there. I got the number. You feel what I'm saying? But so in my head, if he everything he say he is and got going on, I can see us doing a couple little things. Because that's already in my head.
Question. Was you looking at his dick print? Is that what you were doing?
I looked at
everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
I knew you
I
was
already
doing-
had balanced it out. My head was already into him because I didn't want to see him in a relationship. I'm gonna be honest. I just felt like, because he was a lot younger than me. He wasn't like in my age range.
You trying to try to get her groove back?
He wasn't like somebody like my forever man. He was just like,
Stella.
I felt like
Stella.
I could, give it a shot. I'm getting back out this dating world. I want to
time out. Crystal, time out. You said he wasn't like your forever man.
You have a moment. Same way guys have a moment, females have them moments too. That you just want somebody that you give them a little shot a couple times. Listen, me and him had slept together like 3 times, and we are friends now. And it got to a point where I kind of told him,
"Oh, he made the cut.
I don't really see this going much further, but you a cool person, and we cool."
Wait, hold up. He didn't make the cut, or were you waiting to exhale?
He didn't make the cut.
It was a moment in my life where I needed a hit and run, and I got my hit and run, and I kept going. That was it.
The DM, yo, you can't work the DMs. You got to make the DMs work for you.
You got to make it work for you. I got to make it work for you.
And on that note, I'm gonna bring TJ back.
Oh shit. Yo, Jack, we gonna go right to Chrissy with that one because I know you got a lot on your mind. You got a whole lot to say right now. I'm gonna let you get all your thoughts off right now. Let's go, Chrissy. Come on with it, man.
So here's what I think is creepy, right?
Okay.
So 2 is the max, right? I say 2 is the max.
Yes.
You shouldn't do any more than 2. That is the limit. Now, I have had guys that have DM'd me, and to be polite, I say hello back because you requested me. I'm asking you to be a part of this, podcast. I'm asking you to be part of the group, So I'm gonna respectfully tell you hello. I'm not gonna, be disrespectful or anything like that. We start, hey, how you doing? I wave the hand, the little wave hand, and then that's it. Or how's your day? I may dialogue with them a little bit here and there. But if I sit there and tell you I'm single, I'm newly divorced, and I don't plan on being in any relationship, I'm telling you that straightforward. That should be the end of that. But if you keep pushing it, that's creepy.
Yeah.
That's creepy because you're not listening to me and you're not hearing me. What you're saying to me is what you want is more important than what I'm translating to you. Right?
You're
and
right.
that so when you don't hear from me no more, that's why, because you're not respecting my boundaries. Like I wanna see your post. There's some guys that I added recently, and they're hilarious as shit. They make me laugh all day as I'm scrolling. Like, this nigga funny, and that's how I want you to get to know me. Like, you can't know me by
I'm gonna come on in right now. I'm gonna interrupt you. Yes, I'm gonna do that because you say you act like how you feel is the truth. But if some nigga laying on that ding dong, he give you that 10-inch motherfucker 15 with it, your whole everything changes. Now you feeling all type of differently about how the first situation that you do. He knocking the bottom out that stuffing. You ain't even feeling that.
I hear that, yo.
But how you even getting there? But how you even getting there?
Like also,
exactly.
Here's the thing, right? Y'all speaking from a very average dude kind of perspective. Like if Joe Schmo pop up in your DMs and he start harassing you off the chain and y'all not responding, then whatever. I love Crystal's perspective because she sizes you up, which is real. I've been saying this the whole time I've been on Clock Watch as far as relationships go.
You didn't even let me get to tell you how my investigation goes.
Listen though, Chrissy, and I'm gonna give it right because you got the floor. I just want to say this one little piece, and then this is your perspective. You run it. Y'all look at these men and women are the same. This is equality. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna look at you, size you up, and then entertain the conversation. If you are not up to physical, this is how vain men and women are. Because if you are not up to physical, like, I don't know if I'm gonna fuck with homie like that. Like, you're not about to give them no butt. You're not about to give them no Come on.
Those are facts. Those are facts. Hold up. I'm about to hop off and let Jackson hop back on. But I want to say this as well, because there's been many men that have talked women out of their position for a long period of time. You may start feeling some type of way, but by the time you're done dealing with it, your whole perspective has changed. And you said, I never thought I would let you in. And that's what happens all the fucking time.
You're right.
And that's fact, because I do it all the motherfucking time. And I'm gonna be out on that note. And I'm gonna bring back Jackson.
Lord Jesus. So back to you. It's not about vanity. Like we spoke on another podcast. It's about that chemical reaction, right? It's those pheromones. You have that physical attraction. It's automatic. The only way that you could end up in a relationship with someone that you're not physically attracted to is when you are on a friendship level first. And then you grow to know that person individually, and you go to love their personality. And then that's when something could progress from there. But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying. So what I wanted to continue saying was, I want them to get to know me from my page. The things that I post are real about me. Okay. I post no makeup, no filters. That's really me. I'm not bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? So get to know me. I will interact with you where I feel is a safe zone on the post. I will comment on your post, comment on my post. I respond back to you. I feel like when you slide into the DM and then you're just talking reckless, like that crosses a boundary, and that crosses a respect, especially if I'm being honest with you and telling you what I do and don't want. I'm not like, and when I tell you that, you could put in your head, all right, well, you know what? Maybe that's what she's saying right now, but who's to say down the line? Let me keep commenting on her things. Let me make her laugh. Let me whatever. Like, I feel like that's a safer position. That's a safer way to go about it, instead of just, I got one that said, and, want to fuck. I opened up the DM and it was a dick pic. That's the first thing.
That's wild. That's wild, crazy though. I mean, of course,
that's creepy.
You're going to reject that. Anybody in their 40s, come on.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. Like that's an instant block. But it happens, and it's there.
I think that's like the default block.
Yeah. Automatically. So have I slid into a dude's DM? When I first got divorced, I was like, oh, this dude's kind of cute. All right. Friend requested him. All right. Looked at his page a little bit. All right. Sent him, hey, how you doing? He hit back. All right, I'm watching the game or whatever it was. I hit you back. He never hit me back. And I was like, we're still friends on Facebook. He never hit back. And I was like, I got the picture, got the message. I ain't your type. No problem. Backed it up, because I understand that those boundaries are there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to cross. Now, Crystal, the investigation I do, I go to whatever state is posted on. Listen, men, I go to whatever state is posted on your profile, and I do a prison search to find out if you were ever incarcerated and when you came home. Okay. 2, I find out what charges you had. It's all public record.
So
then I go to your state.
Pay money for that?
Done. No, it's free.
Hold on.
It's all free. Let me finish. Y'all keep cutting me off tonight. I'm tired of this shit.
Let me
finish. I also go to the Deadbeat Dad page and search you. All right, to find out if you're a deadbeat dad. Yes, I do my investigation, and then I go to see who you're friends with and what kind of comments you put on them, and see if it's open, and see the women that you're commenting with too. It goes down. I make
you doing the utmost.
Listen,
you paying money for background search?
No, it's free.
It costs $100.
She does the same exact things that I do.
Hey, send me that site. I want to look.
I will. I have no problem.
Hit me in a group chat with one of them.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's all free.
Word up. All they can tell me was how much I was worth.
And I found out that
Chrissy, I just have a question for you, Chrissy. I just have a question. Are you searching all of that just off of a friend request, or is this something like prior to dating?
No, this is prior to dating. This is definitely prior to dating. But if
y'all on the way to date.
But wait, if I'm sliding in a dude's DM, I'm checking this.
You do all of that for a time.
Yep, because I ain't wasting my time. Like nope. Like I'm not wasting my time. Do you know that I found out
I
that
did
one of
the
the guys?
same thing.
Let me tell you, I found out that one of the guys that I wanted to slide into was a fucking pedophile. All right, and that
Yeah, that's
yes,
news.
found out he
That's
was a pedophile. You think he's
Damn.
telling me that? You think he's telling me that?
that's
Oh,
news.
Yeah.
and then
Hold on.
I search your name on Google and see what pops up.
Hey yo.
Yeah.
So Jackson.
Do the same thing.
Yo.
Maybe I'm not doing enough then.
I know, right?
I wouldn't advise any of y'all to do that shit because you know what? Like my mother told me, you keep searching, you're gonna find something that you ain't gonna find.
If you keep digging,
That's
you'll
true.
find
No,
it.
I want to find it. I want to
Better-
find it. I want to find it.
Besides
Besides
being a pedophile,
be an open
besides
book.
being a pedophile, nah, like you don't understand. Sometimes the situation didn't work for somebody in their past, and that person brought that person out of them. That's not who they really are. So let's be you know.
Hey, yo, nah, because pedophiles is like dick pics.
No, I said no. I already know. Before you even go there, I said besides pedophile. So let's get that eliminated from the conversation. I'm talking about from a dude. You could be with somebody that was toxic, that pulled the shit out of you. You know what I mean? You could be with a relationship with somebody, your baby mom.
Self-control.
Yeah, but everybody not learned it.
Yeah.
Hold up, you're the one talking about when you raise different things, and hold up, you can't put that on everybody. Everybody had different experience until they met the one.
But I don't want to be with the person who doesn't have self-control.
That person that didn't have that person that distributed. Wait, hold up. That person that distributed self-control all along could lose self-control with you. Well, that doesn't make no difference.
So listen. It's not that I don't give someone an opportunity to explain what the situation was, right? Obviously, I do. For some of you who know my story, know that I sit there and will listen to your story and take it all in, okay? Not everybody knows there's some few people in here that know my private story.
Yeah.
And I will sit and I will listen to what that is. But it's not that I'm going to sit there. I still need to know. Like, and if I don't find out, you're not going to tell me that shit. You're not going to sit there and tell me you were arrested for beating your ex-wife because, such and such and such. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying that that's my situation. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, people aren't forthcoming with that information. And I feel like, it goes back to my thing about I said from the first cast, the lying. I hate the lying.
Perfect.
Like, if
I'm gonna jump in right here because I'm gonna give some truth to the matter. So first of all, I can tell you this: I went through a nasty custody battle. I went to the custody battle when baby mother told the police that I beat her ass. When I had evidence of me being in another part of the damn state and a fucking liquor store with videotape with my damn lawyer, but yet when you get charged that shit in Florida, that shit stays on your fucking until you call them and they remove it from the motherfucking website for you being arrested for that. That don't mean that's what you've done. That means that that's what the person has accused you of doing. If you're not convicted of it, doesn't mean that it existed, but it still shows that. So those reports are not always a false positive.
But again, like I said, it's not that I don't give you an opportunity to tell your story. I have. And just there's this one truth that I won't tell. And TJ knows that I won't divulge here.
No, it's all right. I got
but
you.
there is I listen to you. I give you an opportunity to show me who you are, but I need to know those things going in. Like, I'm not gonna, like, I need to know all of that. Now, as far as you sliding in my DM and wanting to, and us just chatting, I'm not doing all of that. I'm not doing all of that.
I'll tell you this also. Nobody's 100% honest about anything. And nobody's that, because you don't give yourself to nobody that way, ever. No one ever is 100% honest.
I don't know. I'm kind of pretty 100%.
If they say that, that's bullshit. Because that's a whole nother reality. Giving yourself
how? But how?
I don't agree with that.
I'm honest about everything from up front.
So y'all saying, hold on, y'all saying that when y'all first meet somebody, y'all just tell them all y'all business?
Thank you.
Do I?
Yeah.
You off your first date, you just tell them all your business.
As real as you think that you are,
nobody tells them all your business.
I'm saying really to a particular
person. If the conversation comes up,
hold up, that's bullshit. Because now, if a conversation is not
tell the truth.
I'm sorry.
Tell the truth.
Sorry, so I apologize. But not if the conversation come up. You're supposed to tell them person. If the conversation don't ever come up, then that's like keeping it secret. That's like lying. You have
No,
to pay. You
No.
got to
because
pay
I
attention.
said
Why
it
you
was
got,
my
why do
truth.
you have to wait till the conversation come up?
No,
Because that's
I
just like
didn't.
No,
I
I'm
don't. I
saying
say, here's my truth. Let me tell you
no,
about
no.
me.
Lady
This is
E
me.
said if the
Oh,
conversation comes up, I'm
oh,
telling
not
her
me.
if you're not
but I
upfront
would
about it at
but
the
I would
beginning,
also like but say we had a conversation and then somebody asked me, "Hey, what's your story?" or whatever.
who says
And I
that?
would totally tell them my story.
Who really
That's the
says that?
conversation. A lot of people. A lot
I'm
of
a,
people ask me, "What's my story? Where
and
am
you
I
break down
from?
and tell them everything.
How are you? Why are you the way that you are? Or what makes you you?" That kind of conversation comes up. So
We're
yeah,
not.
and I'm
But do you
completely
say to me
honest,
what you
and
mean?
I'm very, very blunt. And when I talk about my past and everything that I've been through, I have no reason to hide anything, because if you don't get it all out in the open right then and there, why waste your time later on down the road when they find something else about you or whatever, and you're like, oh, I can't be with this person because of this and this and this, and it's been like a year that you guys have been talking or whatever, and then you just feel like you wasted that whole time
Right. So
because they just found out something about you that they don't like.
I hear
Like,
you
I
too.
feel like just be honest and open in the beginning, and there would be no problems.
I hear your truth right now, Lady E. But let me tell you something 100% real. No one gives 100% of themselves at any point of that part in the beginning of knowing someone, because there is always afraid of being judged, and no one
no,
ever. Listen,
no,
it's just
Nope,
fact.
I don't.
A
It is
no.
lot of people
factual.
are.
No, nope.
Because if you're gonna judge me for my experiences in life, then you're not the person that I want to continue talking to.
No. It's not that they're going to
Exactly.
judge you, but there's a sense of a person of yourself that you're not going to come all the way
No,
with
That's
everything at the
a
beginning.
black. I speak my truth here.
no.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you
listen,
know
that's
how? Do you
rarity.
know what you think it's easy to sit here and be like, I was pregnant at 14 years old? You know what people can think of me, but I don't give a shit
But
because
how
it's
long did it
my
take you to get to
Right.
truth.
that point? Have you always told that truth?
Always,
Always.
always. I speak
I
my
mean,
truth
you're
about my
rarity. I
truth.
mean, not everybody's 100% that honest. I'll tell you this now, because
Always.
you can't be.
Yeah,
It's
not
like trying to.
everybody is.
It's trying. Hold on, I'll explain it to you. It's like trying to bite yourself and trying to cut the skin. You will not do. You will not go that far past there, because it's the inflict how you is inflicting the pain on yourself, and that's
It's
how we
not
all have
painful
to.
for me
You may
though.
believe that you be 100% honest. I just believe that it's not. It's not true. It's not true with anybody.
Well, that might hold on. That might be her truth. Like that's how when she just hearing her talk, this is my first time up here and hearing like how she speaks. That might be her dating process. Like everybody has their own dating process.
Yeah.
So that may be particularly when she meets someone, like especially just hearing how she does a background check on people. I've never done that, and that's just not in my booklet, but that's just me. For her, that may be like that's her pattern. Like I'm doing all of this, I'm doing all of that, and when I meet you, I'm putting all of this out here in the box. For my dating process would not be the same because I feel like everything is not. And I'm gonna just say this, and it's no diss to neither one of y'all. As far as females, I'm just known. I've been a tomboy most of my life. So for me, I'm just coming out as a lady, feeling comfortable wearing shoes and feeling comfortable in my skin as feeling beautiful. So I've always felt like I was one of the guys. I've hung out with the guys. So a lot of my responses is like having non-brothers, being around guys that a lot of them are like, Crystal, you like the dude. And it's not a compliment all the time because you don't want to be a dude. You want to be known as a
Desire.
beautiful young lady. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But how I handle myself is similar in my upbringing being raised around men. So I get what you're saying, Chrissy, is that's your presentation. I just was always taught if they don't ask, you ain't got to tell all your business, because they ain't gonna be telling you all of theirs.
Yeah.
Now, as time goes by and we get to know each other, I'm going to share more with you because now my comfortability is different. So, I get what you're saying. That's just how you move. I
Because
get nervous about stuff like that.
I
not
want
me.
to. I want
Because
to.
you know
I want to
why?
chime
You
in
know
real quick.
why?
But I
Well,
want to
real
say,
quick. That-
Chris, I'll let you speak. I'm gonna hop off anyway because I gotta bring back Lady E. What I'm gonna say to you is that I've known her and I know Lady E for some time now. I don't know all her truths, and it wasn't presented up front at all. So I'm gonna let her speak on this too. So that's just the thing. No one's being 100. No one tells you if you don't feel that is essential to you, the developing of the relationship. You don't expose that information from the beginning because it has no place. It's like this. It's like, I mean, if we're talking about something else, and then you like, how's that come up? There's no context to it. You don't just come out there and blah 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 blah. Oh shit!
I do, and you know why? You know why, Black? Because I want the truth from them. So I'm gonna give you what I want back.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this: most dudes know if he was not being 100% honest with you from the beginning, because no one gives that self. They don't give that piece to them, because when you give all yourself to somebody, you give them cause to hurt you. So you don't do that as well.
Whenever you take a chance at love, you risk the opportunity.
Yeah, but love is.
We're not talking about love. We're talking about smashing. We're talking about people up in your DMs.
Oh, I thought we were
talking about. We talking about people running up in DMs.
But I'm gonna hop out. Because I spoke enough. I'm gonna give Lady E back her floor.
Yo, check. And then we got to keep it posted, because neither myself or TJ has spoke on this at all.
But in any case,
real quick. We're talking about guys running up in your DMs. I feel like this conversation right here, we can actually topic that for another podcast, because we can go real deep into it. Just to touch up on that though, I don't tell anybody the exact truth on the first date. To me, that's crazy. That's psycho. You know what I'm saying? It may not work out. It may not work out. There could be shit that I'm still learning you. After the second time, like if you're a repeat customer and I'm smashing for the second time, and I'm like, hey, I can get into this person. If I feel like I can love you, then I'm gonna say, hey, this, that, and this, and that, and this. My whole truth. This is what it is. Take it or leave it. That's what I did with my wife. I told y'all. That's what I did. You know what I'm saying?
If it's smashing, you ain't knowing nothing about me.
We're talking like you're rubbing my DMs. Fuck out of here. You're not getting all that information.
No. I thought we were talking about like we were talking about getting into the DMs and then starting a relationship from the DM.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. You're gonna be honest.
Having a whole process on doing a background check on
somebody that I'm
your DMs. That's kind of
no. That's not what I said.
All right. I'll let you clean that up, guys.
No, what I said is if I'm gonna slide into a guy's DM, I'm sliding into a guy's DM with the intent of potentially dating him, I'm doing that background check before I even slide into the DM. I'm not talking about people sliding into my DM.
I'm kind of like,
I'm taking notes.
Yeah, I'm kind of like.
There are certain people that don't need that process. All right.
I'm like,
there are certain people that can skip that process.
I'm gonna get into it, and we definitely gonna touch.
But about smashing, if it's about smashing, no, then you don't need to know my truth.
Hold up.
We're just smashing.
Hold up. I gotta ask this question, because I wouldn't be true to myself if I didn't ask this question.
Right.
So you're saying when you're involved with this person, so at what point do you tell, and this is going to be a very impersonal question,
okay.
At what point do you tell that person that you're dealing with about your sexual trauma and shit that's happened to your life? Because you don't go into that. And if you do, I have more respect for you. I appreciate that. But
I don't feel like
because hold up. I'll let you finish the question first. I'm gonna bring back TJ, because one, that's you're just getting to know this person. You're not even knowing this person, and you ain't divulge this information at the beginning of the relationship to that person.
I think I need to clarify some things of what I'm talking about. My truths that I divulge. Let's not minimize it. No.
100%. We talked about.
I'm 100% honest. Let me tell you what the things you're gonna find out on the first date from me. You're gonna find out my marital status. All right, why I was divorced twice, and what my situation is with the ex-husbands. Okay, you're gonna find out how many children I have. You're gonna find out what age I was when I got pregnant. You're gonna find out my background on my career life, where I'm, just where I'm at in the station of life. Those are the things you're gonna find out on the first date from me, because I'm gonna put that on the table. Because if you can't handle that, I got 3 kids and 2 grandkids, and I'm involved and that, you know what I'm saying? Those things are coming out first. As we start going, my truth is gonna get more and more. You're gonna learn more and more and more about me. I can't sit there in one dinner and tell you my entire life story.
Well, even the first
It's
three dinners.
unreasonable.
But you're getting that out of your first dinner though, but you just listed.
Yep, my first
Yeah.
dinner. Yep,
Yeah.
because I don't got
That's
time
kind
for
of
the
wild. I don't know.
bullshit. I don't got time for the
Did he
bullshit.
smash?
I
I'm
am
gonna call
Yo,
both.
Chrissy, though, I need clarification. Did he smash before that first dinner or no?
Did I smash before the first dinner? No,
That
Right.
no,
Listen,
That'll
no.
be dessert after the first dinner.
I
listen,
don't know if I agree with
because now you're corrupting the situation. Because what I said to y'all
What?
is that that is nobody is telling their full truth in the beginning of this fucking relationship, and that's what I said. Case in point.
Beginning.
But
That's a
everybody
period of
disputed me.
time.
Everybody
Beginning
said
a
to
period
me,
of time.
"Oh no, I'm telling my full story." Ain't nobody telling them they full
Who's
shit in
everybody?
the beginning. And that's
Chrissy said that
100%.
shit.
But beginning, what's the beginning? The first 3 months? The first 3
The
months
first
is
month,
beginning, right?
in the first month, you ain't telling no dude that you've been hurt this way, you've been sexually
Bro.
abducted this way. You ain't telling that story yet because you don't
Listen.
even know if that dude's worthy of that yet. So how you gonna say
Listen.
you want to tell that dude in the beginning your traumas in
Because
life?
you know what? Let me explain something to you. You know why? Because okay, first of all, I took my psychology courses. That's one.
I took
Two
mine too.
is two is that those experiences make me who I am. Okay, and that's part of me, and that's gonna present in my personality. So one, I don't have sexual traumas, so I don't have an issue with that. I don't have. Fortunately, I'm fortunate enough that I didn't experience anything traumatic sexually
But you
except
did.
whack
You
ass
acted at
niggas
14.
sometimes.
But
Huh?
you did, but you don't call it that.
I don't call it that
Yeah,
because it was.
but you did though. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You
You do
did,
bring it
but
up.
you don't call it
So,
that.
but I'm telling you, I tell
Yo,
people
that's
on the first day I was pregnant at 14 and had my daughter at 15.
Trauma.
So and I'm telling you, I say it on the first date.
Yeah, but
hey,
you don't look at it as trauma, but that is trauma. You see, you haven't identified those things because you haven't identified the hurt in this. We can break this whole down on another episode because
please,
we're gonna
We
break it
can
all
move
the way
on.
down.
We can
Yeah.
move on.
What I'm just saying to you is
Black.
the
Yo.
Black.
shit that is obvious trauma. You don't recognize it as being trauma because it doesn't. You don't let that affect your life or whatever the case may be or whatever it is. But to most
A
people,
blessing in disguise.
yeah. But most people, not saying you do, other people can't tell that story. They're ashamed of that story and how that happened because that means a grown ass man has taken advantage of a young child that was trying to find their way in life and abused them in the manner. I mean, it's deeper. I mean, we can dive into this, but it's a lot deeper
that's a
than
whole
what,
nother episode, Black.
yeah,
Yo,
it's a lot deeper than what you're appealing to right now. And I understand because you are
Yeah,
a
I
strong
don't feel
woman,
it that
Christy.
way.
You're a strong woman, and I appreciate your opinion on everything. But that is trauma, and people are not telling their truths like that. You live in it because listen, you've made it to the other end, and you're standing tall right now. So you've seen the mountaintop from that whole shit. But there's not everyone's built like you. There's a lot more or less that have not that strength than you do, and no one is opening themselves out to be prejudged by a person they want to be involved with in the beginning of that relationship because they know what happens. They've done it before and seen that shit not go right. And then they don't want to take the chance and lose an opportunity with somebody that they felt they connected with. And that's just the fact of it's human nature.
Yo,
I get
check.
what you're
Look,
saying.
I think what Chrissy is saying is that she's not going to not address the situation if it came up and somebody was talking about her past or whatever. She's very open and honest about everything, which I am the same way. Doesn't matter if it's the first date, third date, 15th date. Doesn't matter.
Lady, how long we know each other?
I'm the same way because
How
I'm
long
like,
we know each other?
why hide it? What?
How long we know each other?
Like 10 years.
Do I know all your stories?
No, because you don't talk to me. You haven't talked to me for the past 10 years. You only talked to me like the beginning of this year.
Really?
You've ignored me.
I talk to you every 3 years.
Like a
I
whole
talk to you
other
every
thing.
3 years. Don't get that shit twisted. Hold on. I talk to you every 3 years.
But
I don't even know all that shit about you.
Okay,
But
but
you ain't been that
because
front. Hold up.
we never had
You
the
sit there and
chance
say like,
to talk
listen.
about anything.
You say,
First of all,
yo,
let me
Black.
just say,
Yo, Black. Let me tell you my
let me just
story.
say that I was married or with somebody for the past 7 years. So of course we didn't talk about that. But we've known each other for like 9 or 10 years. And the more we talk, the more you find out about me, and the more I find out about you.
But how come you
So,
just want to tell me? How come you just want to open up and be like, "Hey, yo, da 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 da," like why didn't you
but
just
see,
tell me?
Sounding
I
you got.
could. And what I'm saying is I have no problem with doing that. I have no problem with opening up to you or anybody else about my past and my history. That's what she's saying too. She doesn't care because the fact is you're going to learn about it eventually, okay? Whether it's right now or 10 years down the line, you're going to find out eventually. So why not just say what you want to say and get everything out on the table in the beginning, and so the other person can be like, oh, okay,
Make
I
that
see why you
decision.
are the way you are, or oh, I can't be with somebody like that, because I've dated people who I've told them about my past or whatever, and I've been judged for it.
Mm-hmm.
So if and you how long has that lasted? It didn't last past that. Once I feel like I'm being judged for something that happened to me in my past or something that I did in my past, once I feel that judgment, or they're like, oh, I can't be with somebody who used to be a stripper or whatever a long ass time ago. Okay, that's fine. That's your preference,
Yeah.
and that's not okay with me. I don't want to be with somebody who is going to judge me for something that I did 10 years ago or whatever.
All
So
right.
that gets that out of the way, and I'm never going to see this person again. So why would I not open up to somebody just because of me feeling that I might feel judged by them? Like, who gives a shit? You know?
I mean,
It's like,
that's
I'm
great.
never going to see this person again. I'm never going to talk to this person again after this conversation because I feel judged. So why not just be who you are? Be your true self. Be open and honest.
That's amazing that you have that free bird mentality. I mean, that is amazing because everybody has that strength. So maybe you can help somebody else get to that point as well too. So I mean, listen, I applaud you on you being that open and being that securing yourself in order to let yourself be open about shit in the beginning. That's amazing because not everybody is. I applaud you on that. But I'm gonna go to Jackson and then I'll go to Crystal because I want to hear Jackson. What do you think about this, bro?
I don't even know what the topic is. Everyone's saying.
Hold on. What do you mean you know the topic is?
He already touched on it. Actually, Crystal talked on it too. Me and TJ is left, bro.
Oh, I apologize. Well, let me get TJ back in here because I'm gonna hop out and then wrap up the show, bro. We're gonna miss out on cancel today, but to wrap it up, and I'll let you and TJ speak on this.
Thanks. Well, me personally, DMs wasn't a thing for me before. Like that was 10 years ago when I first started figuring out that Facebook was the ultimate dating app. Yeah, I was doing DM shit and I never got ignored or whatever. You know, I had a lot of conversations going on at once. It was just what it was. Now, as far as I'm gonna take it a step further, like me being active and belonging to the streets and not in my relationship right now, I was persistent. I'm not gonna hold you. Like if I liked you, my first thing is to ignore. I already stated that in previous episodes. Like I will ignore the shit out you. After that, I'm not even I'm not even I was persistent once to the point of annoyance after a club and it worked out. You know? So it definitely worked for me. So you know, I've never failed being persistent or enacting my foolproof plan. Oh, then you know what I mean? Like it doesn't being persistent in the DMs. I honestly like that shit is alien to me. I have no idea what that's about. I've never been a cornball or a simp or whatever you want to call that. That's in somebody's DMs trying to. Matter of fact, I won't even friend request you. That's just what it is. Like, that's how I rock. Like, whatever you want to become my friend and hit me up is what it is. You know, especially now. Like I'm married, so. DJ, we gonna pass it to you.
I feel I'm pretty unqualified for this shit. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can
Yeah.
tell you this though. I've never heard of a woman sending an unsolicited vagina pic in the DMs.
That's a fact. That is
I
a
hear about all
There
kinds
you
of
go. Jackson looks like he got some.
I hear about all kinds of random meat pics getting thrown around, which is disgusting. I've
But
never
guys,
heard about no
at the same
unsolicited
time, though,
vagina
TJ,
pics.
at the same time, TJ, guys react to them different though. Like before I was in my relationship, did I catch random nudes of females? Yeah. I used to get that. You know what I'm saying? Like in
Mhm.
my it wasn't in like my DMs, it was more so like text message. Like shorty I asked for my number in the DM and I'll be like, all right, yeah. And you know, I'll be chilling in wherever I'm at the time, and all of a sudden I'll get an alert, pull out my phone, here she is butt naked in front of a mirror.
It's my thing is
I'm
this,
like,
man. From the war stories I've been
I didn't
listening
ask for it,
to,
but thank you. You know what I mean? Like females would be like, oh my God, like this is me. You know what I'm saying? A guy's reaction to that shit is completely different. We'll be like,
yeah.
ooh, I'm about to, my business and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to tear this, I'm about to bust this down. Like, a girl be like, oh my God, you heard her, instant default, default block. You know what I mean? Like, guys, we're like,
The
ooh, what the
shit. I
fuck?
mean,
Let's go. You know what I mean?
the shit is creepy. Like for the guy standpoint, and listening to what Chrissy and Erica are going through, that shit is creepy as hell. That's
Yeah.
some Law and Order Special Victims Unit. You know what I mean? Pop
But
up at your crib.
at the same time, though, TJ, there is no double standard on that one.
No,
No double standard because
no.
it's two different trains of thought. It's two different trains of thought, man. So you know, while they're putting up instant blocks, I can imagine there's a ton of single guys out there getting unsolicited news, and they like, let's go, you know. So
Mm.
I'm gonna pass it to you. You can wrap the show up, man.
Who, me?
Yeah, sir. You the last one left. You're the only
Oh
one that
no.
has to talk about this one.
Like I said, I don't really have too much on it. Just it's creepy. You know, it's creepy for like just from what I'm hearing, right? Because I don't have the experience. Just from what I'm hearing that our panel goes through, that shit is creepy. You know what I mean? Like, how you gonna send somebody 1,367 messages and you talking to yourself? I mean, you're not talking to nobody. Ain't nobody answering you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's creepy.
That's fucking wild to me. Like, that's a wild, strange mentality. You are literally
What? What's the number?
Also, also,
1,367.
Wow. And you think you'd be good after like 3?
You would think, like, listen, after 2, like they said, after 2, they ain't responding with you talking to yourself.
I got like Erica got the middle of the night, 2:30 in the morning. My Facebook Messenger is ringing for a phone call, for a phone call from I don't know who. Don't know this person a day in my life. I got, these unsolicited, like you said, dick pics. I got another one that's begging me to just respond, and it's like, and I think we had a little off the cuff conversation about it, and it's about their own perception and reality of who they think we are, and not really knowing who we are, and they're infatuated with the thought of us and not actually knowing us.
Right, because y'all are just posting vague shit in the group, whether it's memes or questions or whatever. So they fell in love with, and I said it, they fell in love with what they think is Lady E and Chrissy. You know,
they don't know I'm crazy.
Okay, so
y'all better check the Carfax.
I posted something saying that I was crazy, so and they're still like, "Ooh,
I like crazy. Crazy like crazy.
I like crazy. Ooh, the crazier the better."
Okay, so ladies, quick question for you: have you gotten those men who are DMing you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and you can see the natural progression from "Hey, baby" to "Fuck you," then? And it's all one-sided. It's all one-sided. You haven't responded to the first one or the last one.
That's the one that if you haven't, Jackson, get more involved in the fucking Facebook group, man.
I'll work, man. I'm
gonna tell you like this because
I posted something about that.
Yeah, she had one of those in her DMs that came smooth off of the Clockwatch group, and He went in. He did exactly what you just said. He went from, hey, how
Wow.
you doing? All the way
He
like
went from
5
here
messages later to
to here.
fucking like, yeah, he went crazy. You know?
Uh,
The
Yeah.
funniest part,
And
I
I
must
didn't
add,
even do anything. I sent him
yo,
a thumbs up and he went off.
yeah, yeah. So, it gets crazy in the DMs, man. I can
be
definitely see
safe
that.
out there.
Yeah.
And I gotta say that I've had some respectful in my DM too. That'll say, good morning, beautiful, whatever, good morning, and then I'll say good morning back, and then they leave me alone for 2-3 days, and then they'll be back in and say, hey, I hope you had a good day, and it's like, and those are fine, like those are just, like you're not, like rapid fire shooting them out,
Do you
just
respond?
do I respond? I'll respond. I'll
Yeah.
respond and say, hey, and you'll see me respond more on their posts
Hmm.
than I will in the DM.
All right.
But what I find is
Right.
if I respond to their post, then
Mhm.
they hit me right in my DM because
Got
they
it.
know that I'm on, like kind of thing, and I'm like,
Right.
like
Word. Word.
kind of,
Mhm.
like, kind
Just
of
be
thing.
sure you know the difference between being cordial and being groomed.
Too
It's like there's
friendly,
a
yeah.
difference.
What's up,
Yeah.
Crystal?
Being too friendly.
Yeah. I mean, because listen, you actually brought to my attention, Chrissy, this week. Well, everybody on the panel's attention of a guy that reminded me of Joe from you. You know what I'm saying? The Netflix show. And that's when I had to break down all of that shit. I'm like, yo, y'all gotta be safe out here because you never know who you run into on this internet shit. You know what I mean? Like you really don't know. And
On the clock.
absolutely. At that, girls, ladies, be safe. We are about to wrap this up. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. You know what I
We
mean?
went kind of long tonight. A little
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
definitely.
we
I mean,
do.
it was long winded, man. I actually
Long-winded.
decent. We didn't even get to the cancel tonight. You know what I'm saying? But it's what it is, man. My name is King Clips. You can catch me on Facebook group. I'm just a family man doing a family tape. I'm very regular. You know what I'm saying? Uh, participate in the group. Holla and get with our YouTube. And I want to thank all of the new members for chiming in this week and giving us your input as well. I want to give a big shout out to Chrissy for inviting 300 new niggas to the podcast and group that it was on a strip for her. It is a sausage fest, baby. You know what I mean? There's sausage everywhere. Let's go.
Yes.
You
Please,
know what I mean?
all the members in
It's
our
so hectic that we made her a
invite
moderator.
all
Now
the
she got
women.
to police y'all. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna pass it to Lady E. You wanna clock back?
I just want to thank everybody for subscribing to our YouTube channel. I want to thank everybody for joining our group. And if all the guys would kindly invite all their female friends to join our group so we can have kind of like, more interaction with both sides and see a female's perspective versus a male's perspective, because we want to hear and see both sides of the spectrum, so we can have more of a debate going on in our posts and everything. But I do want to thank everybody who is joining our group and everybody who's watching our podcast, everybody who comments and likes and all of the above. Thank you so much for just joining us tonight and every day and making our group a really special, unique, diverse group of people, because we appreciate everyone's opinions and views. So I just want to say thank you for that.
And don't forget to donate.
And donate.
Or,
So I guess it's over to me.
yes.
I just want to thank everybody for joining in, tuning in. A lot of my people showed up today. They showed up and showed out. I love you guys. Thank you for that. Keep coming, keep watching. Don't forget to go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. Our membership in the group should match our membership on our YouTube channel. And just, keep spreading the love. And like Erica said, please make sure you add your female friends. We want to have this a balanced group so that we could have, some dialogue and some kind of, real stuff going on and not just a one-sided male kind of egotistical. But anyway, I didn't say that. I'm gonna send it to Jackson.
You are living foul. You living
All
so
right,
foul. Yeah.
mine's gonna be quick and easy. Thank everybody for coming out, watching the show. We ran long, we are a little long-winded today. Um, we'll be more on point on Tuesday. Be safe.
Yo, it's TJ Spitter, man. Again, go to the YouTube page, like, comment, share, subscribe. Keep adding the females to the Facebook group because apparently it's a 12-to-1 ratio. Thank you, Chrissy. We appreciate that. And again, I'm just happy to be here and I'm signing off. Crystal, it's on you.
Thank you. Well, it's Crystal. I thank you guys, the panel, for welcoming me in here with you guys, and I'm so happy to be a part of this. I want to be a part of the regular programs as well, the helping with the youth or any other things that's offered here as well, the activities that help our community, and I'm just so happy and blessed to be a part of this. And I thank everybody that's watching. I'm going to send some requests out to some females as well as to help the guys out as well, and some males to come in and check us out on I think it's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
So thank you guys again. I really appreciate this.
Yo, our special guest, give a round of applause for Crystal. I appreciate you coming on. Listen, we want you to be more involved in this well too. You have a lot to offer. We talked for hours off the phone, Perry, and I know what you can bring to the group, and I know what you can bring to the people out there that may look for guidance. It's great. Also, Jackson, you always bring it. Today you wasn't bringing no financial advice today, but there's some people in the bind. I need you to get them out of there. So we'll set up private consult for you too. Shout out to the Brothers and Bottles podcast too that he does himself. Chris, he does a wonderful job. I appreciate you bring that intense, and always being yourself and being 100. I love it, and everybody at home loves it too. And we do appreciate it. Everything. I may be fucking with you, but it's just out of love, though.
I got you.
It's out of love, and thank you for being a part of this too, TJ. You my dude. We go back like 4 fats on the Cadillac. You know how we do, and your service and your information is invaluable as well too, because you're out there in the field doing the things that you need to do. What we talk about doing, you about doing, and that's very important that we have you a part of this too, because we are going out into the streets. We're going to be in these communities. We want to give back as much as y'all give to us. We have a free form that we want everybody to comment on too. I also want to take this time out to thank Lady E. Lady E, you tell the truth, and I ride you a little too hard. Pause. Ain't like that. I'm talking about on the show. I come at you because I know you can take it, and I know you give it back, and I know that you speak your truth, and there's no disrespect at all. And dude, just because she has a freaky side, please do not disrespect her, because like she put it out there for you to even have this conversation. You know what I mean? You can have a free conversation without degrading or try to put someone down or trying to make them and put them in your label, in your box, in your mind. She is more than any of that you put in your mind. You probably couldn't even fathom that. So respect her. She is to be respected. And yes, we all have our freak side, and we're not discriminated against that at all. That's why in our forum you can post whatever you want. We don't judge you on that at all, but be respectful. I mean, you want to be freaky. But hold up. Also, if you cross the line, be prepared to stand your ground, because we're going to come at you. We're going to challenge that. There's not always we're going to let you fly without going through there. And when you don't respond, then we know that we got you in the corner. So let's be interactive. Let's be safe out there in the community. Let's keep building this. Remember, our YouTube channel is Clockwatch. Our Twitter is at Clockwatch5. Our Instagram is _watch. Listen, we're blowing up everywhere, and we're at 1.7 1.7K, and we've only done this for I can just say like 13 days, and we have done a tremendous job. We are growing each day. We love the content. Keep posting the content. King Clips, I'm gonna let you speak your piece before I get off of here. I know I got you in the background right now, but I'm gonna let you say your goodbyes too. I just want to thank each and every one of you souls that have been joining us, who've been flashing. I got so many requests that want to be on the show. Thank you. Keep watching and keep commenting, and we'll just keep hitting those polls because if the trick is if you're in the polls and you're responding and you're saying shit we want to hear, we will bring you on the cast. So that is if you want to get on, that is how you get on the show because we want you to be active in those polls and the cast and the feedback. Okay. Once again, I'm Black Earth. I'm with 2117 is my company. Clock Watch and all these fellas out here and ladies tonight. Appreciate you. Shout out to y'all. King Clips, you take us home, and when you're done, we're gonna end the cast. All right. King Clips.
Yo, so shout out to everybody out there that's holding it down for us, man. We really appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And just know that tonight you are on the clock. Tuesday, we will be going live again at 9 p.m. So definitely tune in then as well. I will see y'all in the group. And y'all already know, just to touch up a little bit, that if I see something fishy I don't like in a group, I'm on you. I don't care. Hey, I'm on all things. If I disagree with you, you're gonna have to convince me that you're coming from a good place, because we're all about spreading love and basically awareness. I know we were a little light on topics tonight, but it's what it is, man. We can't be militant every night. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
good night, y'all. Y'all be safe, and we will see you on Tuesday. Say peace.
Tuesday, peace.
Bye.
Bye.